Yes, Rose is going to take it home. I'm going to see you later, okay?
You're waiting on some people. Hi, Gringo. If I ever put that, maybe Miss Mandy will show up.
Which of them is? 16.
How are you doing today? Hi, NCR and Dave. Well, come on up. It's pinned. Just waiting for a few more to show up. Hugh Becker would. Anybody wants to come on up, just click the link there. Hello.
Hello. Just getting rolling.
Yeah, just a few minutes.
Oh, got to. I always do that. Forget to mute YouTube.
Be just see what I can throw out today.
Yeah, I see you've still been practicing your live streaming.
Yeah. You want to come up, Mark? Come on up. That's something to show everybody.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's really seen it yet. So.
Did you advertise anywhere?
Oh, yeah, Miss Mandy.
Well, here, I'll throw one over on, well, not too many people on that one, but I'll do it. I'll throw one up on PA's.
Okay. I'm doing all right. And I can't pronounce it. Enemy.
Take charges from our victims, Richard. You watch movies? We're in this together now. Always be prepared, Richard. Leave your behind. Only your DNA and printer in that shop. You ever been in trouble? So the police have nothing to match them against. Right, Richard? Evidence, Richard. So you see, Richard? We are in this together. Because if we're not, the police know where to find that match. Don't forget, I know where you live. I know who you love. Take it all away. What would you do?
So what you been doing for fun?
I'm the one to take care of me. Protect me.
What you watching there, Tawny?
Nothing at the moment.
Oh, I hear a movie or something in the background.
Oh, it's my TV.
Sounds like film noir.
It's called Duress.
And who was in this movie?
Mm-hmm. Do what?
Who's in this movie?
Martin Donovan, Ariel Winter, Gina Gallego, Joey Adams, and Billy Worth.
Okay. Billy Wirth, is he the one that played the what's that called? War Party? He was the head guy.
I think so.
Yeah, he's not even a Native American. He's like Italian or something.
Yeah, something like that.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Remember the Indian that used during that guy wasn't a Native American either.
Yeah, I know. Hello, Maddie. Give it a few more minutes and I'll throw up that video I was talking about. No, I'm not gonna throw up. I'll throw up a video.
I don't know. I had generic hamburger helper for dinner. I might.
Well, after people see this, they might want to throw up.
I see people are still putting up tributes to King Leo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a
Man,
good
that was a
guy.
shocker. Yeah, it was.
Yep.
He was like a father to me. We talked a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know him like on a personal level, but you know, we chatted a lot, and he was always like being the arbitrator. Like I'd get in an argument
Hmm.
with somebody online, and he'd message me and go, "Hey, okay, yeah, I dig it."
Yeah.
That's how I actually met him for the first time.
Well, he was a lot more like a father than my real one.
Yeah, I saw where you had said that either on
Yeah.
Kicks or
It
PA's
says somewhere.
Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was either Kick or it might have been on a video. I don't know. There's been a lot of tributes to him since then.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, he got around too because I'd check out live streams of people I'd never even heard of before, and I'd see old King Leo on there.
Yeah, he was everywhere.
Yeah, he got around.
Yeah, I think a lot of people chatted with him. else would like to come up if I start this video? Gonna start out with some sick, disgusting thing before we get into the good stuff.
So is it plenty warm where you're at right now there, Tawny?
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think it's, what is it? It is 91 right now.
That's
It's
practically
about,
cool. That's practically
yeah,
cool for that area.
actually it's been pretty good. It's been in the 80s.
That's not bad.
Then it's kind of jumped up to the 90s. Kind of goes up and down a little bit, but really not. Don't go up to 100 or nothing. So
Yeah, I lived in the desert most of my life, in the high desert above Los Angeles, and
now,
I've lived in the South now for the last. I've lived here before, but for the last 7 years I've lived here, and I don't think I'll ever get used to the humidity here.
our temperature fell and stayed down ever since we had that tornado. Talk about being scared shitless. I kind of miss the snow though.
Yeah, it definitely don't snow nowhere around here.
Well, it snows here, but like every 3 years, maybe 2, 3
Yeah.
years.
When we first moved up to the desert from San Fernando Valley, uh, it snowed up there quite almost every year, and then it started getting less and less and less. Uh, One of the last times I lived out in the Antelope Valley there, I went down to see the Rose Parade floats the day after the Rose Parade, and
Yeah.
we hit snow actually in the San Fernando Valley up in Sylmar, which is right before you get to Santa Clarita and start heading up that way. And
Hey, Script Cat, thank you. You want to come
I
on up? Go ahead.
I had a hell of a time getting back home. I was not prepared for that.
Yeah. Oh, I've been in my fair share of snow. Was in South Dakota once, and we had 36 inches in 37 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot of snow.
It was a lot. And the wind was blowing too. So can you imagine the drifts?
Oh yeah.
There were people all over stuck.
When I was in the Navy, I was going to school in San Diego, and I was down there playing at the beach. And this is like in March, but it was warm enough. San Diego's pretty much warm like all year round. And I was down at the beach having a good time, and then I got sent. I graduated from that school, and I went to school up by Chicago at Great Lakes, and I went up there. I was wearing Levi's and like I don't know what you call that, the polo shirt. You know, it's got a sort of like a t-shirt, but it's got a collar on it. And
Yeah.
all my stuff was in my sea bag, and I was planning on changing into my uniform at the airport. And unfortunately, my bags didn't make it, so I had to go luckily I had my orders. No, I didn't even have my orders. They were in my sea bag too. The only thing I had was my ID. So I took a bus up to the thing and I explained to somebody up everything was in my sea bag. And they says, you're supposed to travel in uniform and you're supposed to. I said, yeah, I know. And I said, well, everybody does it because they don't want to screw their uniform up traveling, so
Yeah.
everybody does it. But unfortunately, your stuff didn't make it, but it showed up the next day. But walking out to get on the bus, boy, that was shocking. It was one of those where it's 100 below zero with the wind chill factor days.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, oh my Lord. Yeah.
I was born and raised in LA, so I know all that area there.
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about that
So,
before. You're from El Monte area, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Most we ever seen one time was a whole bunch of hail. And it looked like snow on the ground.
Well, I remember one time when we lived in Simi Valley back in the 70s, it actually snowed there, which was really odd.
Yeah. Not when all my first 18 years I never saw. Well, when I was little, we went to Washington State when we were little, and I remember my mom had pictures of me and my brother out in our onesies in the snow.
Well, you could see snow from your house, but you couldn't touch it.
That was up in the mountains.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a pretty good view of Mount Baldy from from there.
And
Yeah,
no,
my uncle and his wife, they've lived around that area, El Monte, all the way out to like Hacienda Heights, and then before my uncle passed away, they were living in Whittier. I'm not
yeah.
sure where my aunt lives now, but her daughter's taking care of her now, so I'm not exactly sure where she's living. It's in that area though.
I used to live to Baldwin Park and El Monte,
Oh
West
yeah.
Covina. And I moved
Mm-hmm.
away. I came back and lived in Lompoc. That's when my ex-husband was in the Air Force up there. Left. Then we came back and I lived in San Bernardino for about a year. And then I went to Vegas and never been back to California since.
What area of San Bernardino were you?
Right in San Bernardino.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I had the
I lived
freeway. I
I
could
lived
see
in
it.
Yeah, I lived in Riverside for a while.
This is right in
Yeah,
San
I'd have to go
Bernardino.
through I'd have to go through there all the time.
Constantly heard sirens on the freeway, police chases.
Oh yeah. Do you do you remember the police chase with the guy in the 7-Up truck? The guy stole the 7-Up truck, ran through the San Fernando Valley.
Yes.
I was actually I mean I wasn't involved in the chase, but I was going down the 5 freeway and I thought it was odd that there was hardly nobody on the freeway and a couple minutes later there's just me and one other truck on the road and it's a 7-Up truck and he's right directly behind me and I'm like, why is this guy driving behind me when there's nobody else on the freeway at all? And then a couple seconds later he goes around me and I notice he's sitting in the middle of the truck like steering with his left hand and I'm like, what is this dude doing? And then all the cop cars showed up. I said, oh, now I know what he's doing. He's running from the cops.
No, I was there for I think it was in 74, that big earthquake.
71.
71. I knew it was right around there.
Yeah.
It's been so long ago, I forget. Trying to think what else. I was up in San Bernardino Mountains. I'm not sure exactly where. That was a trip and a half. I fell 300 feet down the mountain.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
everything
look.
I grabbed a hold of, everything grabbed a hold of with me, and my family was able to stop both my legs and my feet, and that jammed into a big tree that was laying down. And I was with a church group. They come flying down as fast as they could, and had to get a helicopter to get me out. I kept going in and out of consciousness.
Man,
Then I heard one of them say, if she would have went 15 to 20 feet more, she would have went right over the edge. So she said that, I passed out. I remember being airlifted out, and I didn't break a bone.
you're lucky to be
I la-
alive.
I lacerated my liver. I bruised my kidneys, and I had scrapes and everything all over me. So, yeah, that was an experience.
I bet.
Yeah, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, that doesn't sound pleasant.
It was a pretty steep too. I got too close to the edge, and there was just enough snow that my foot lost footing. And what was the good part about it though is I reached out to grab someone, and luckily I didn't get a hold of them. It was
Yeah.
a 9-year-old. It was a 9-year-old boy I would have grabbed. What would have happened to him?
Oh, you just drug him down there with you. And he might not have
So
gotten so lucky.
that's right. That's why I say today, I'm so glad that I missed him, because it's hard to say what would happen to him.
Well, it sounds like, your guardian angel wasn't there when you were walking around, but it sounds like it stayed with you as you slid down the hill.
Yeah. Oh, I was so bruised and scraped up because I grabbed a hold of something like a branch and thinking, grab it and you stop. No, the branch came with me. Anything I grabbed a hold of came down the hill with me. Yeah, it's pretty wild. The good old days.
Well, I one time got a little ahead of myself skiing, and I ended up. I thought, oh man, I can ski. I'd been skiing. I went skiing for 2 days, and by the halfway through the first day, I wasn't having any problem getting from the top to the bottom of a lower rank one. Not really that steep, and so my friends talked me into going up to the next level. And immediately when I got off the thing, I realized I'd screwed up. I said, "Oh, I shouldn't have done this." And I made it down a little ways by just skiing and then falling down, skiing a little bit and then falling down, skiing a little bit and then falling down. And then I got to going too fast. The next thing you know, I just slid to the bottom of the hill. I got really lucky, but
Yeah. I never could ski. Now, I did great surfing, but I could never ski. I could water ski.
that's one thing I never could do.
I, I, I did that barefooted. I was good at that. I was good at all that kind of stuff, but there's snow skiing. I make 2 feet and fall on my butt.
Yeah, it takes some persistence but once you got it down, well, my problem was I could finally figure out how to stay up, but then I couldn't figure out how to stop. And then
Yeah.
I was skiing down this one hill, and what I would do is when I'd get down to the bottom, I would turn and start going up the slope on the other side, and then it would slow down, and then I would, roll backwards a little bit, usually fall over, but this one time I got going too good, and turn, went up the slope, and then as I was going backwards, I was going way too fast. I ended up sliding into the line of people, knocking a whole bunch of people down.
Yeah, it was wild times.
Well, what's bad about skiing is you get a lot of people that know how to ski, and they don't realize that if you're at a lower level of skiing is mountain high, and you go up on the one lift, and then you ski over to get on the lift to go higher. Well, you know, these people would stand at the end of where you get off the ski lift, thinking that everybody that's going to get off that ski lift is going to be skiing at the level that they are, you know. And
Yeah.
they'd stand there, and you'd get off, and you'd be all out of control, and you'd plow into them. They'd get all mad. It's like, well, why would you stand there like an idiot, you know?
Really?
What you're at the top of the novice, which is just one step up from the bunny hill, and you expect the people that are getting off of this lift, all of them are going to know how to ski.
Yeah. Pretty well.
Once I got the hang of it, though, it was a lot of fun. I didn't make that mistake of trying to go back up to that higher up one after the first time. And there was even runs higher up than that. It's like I couldn't even imagine what would happen if I don't know what happens when you get up there and you realize that you're not at that level. It's like, I can't go down this hill. I guess you just got to take your skis off and slide down on your butt.
Yeah. That's some wild things. Go ahead.
I should have went to when I was stationed at Great Lakes, which is in northern Illinois. I used to go to this place called Alpine Valley to go to rock concerts and stuff. And Alpine Valley is also a ski resort. And I never really checked out what the ski resort was all about until recently. And I was like, wow, man, that's almost like a flat hill. I should have gone there skiing when I was in the Navy.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Mandy. Yeah, my life has been really wild time. I was married to my ex-husband. We went up to South Dakota, and he was at Ellsworth Air Force Base. And then we went up by what was that? Vandenberg.
Vandenberg's out there by Lompoc, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's why we were up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were up there on the housing for Air Force. And my ex-husband was the one that would go out and sit in the middle of nowhere and guard the where the rockets came out of.
Yeah.
The silos. You go out, there'd be 3 of them to a camper, and they go out and they sit out there and rotate for, I think it was out for like 4 days, and then they come back in for 3 days. But yeah, he told us of one rocket that was going to go up. So we're outside watching, and all of a sudden all we see is just smoke. And the rocket blew up. Needless to say, I was scared because he was right there with it. So, but he finally, when he got a chance, called me. So,
Yeah, I used to live out by Edwards Air Force Base, and there was an explosion out there one time. A bunch of employees of
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what the name of that company is. They're they're owned by Northrop now. They're aerospace company. I don't remember, but one guy, my sister-in-law's cousin, he was out there when it happened, and
Yeah.
some poor guy got killed.
Mm. Well, there was one time uh, in South Dakota when he was out doing his trip out, come back and he told me that some stupid idiot decided in the middle of the night he wanted to go to that silo. Needless to say, he was cut in half by the M16s that they carried.
Oh,
There was no warning. I mean, they had fences and that saying, do not enter, government, all. But
deadly
this
force
idiot,
authorized.
basically, yeah, this idiot decided to go out there.
Yeah, my ship was in dry dock in the Philippines, and I was guarding an armory, and you weren't even supposed to be able to go through this one doorway. It was like bolted shut, and
Yeah,
they were doing some repairs and stuff. And this guy opens the door and comes strolling in there, and it's like I could have shot. I mean, I could have shot the guy, but obviously he didn't understand what I was saying. You know, he was Filipino. He didn't understand English, and he finally understood when I stood right in his face with a gun and said, "Hit the deck." Then he finally figured out he better. I gave him enough sign language. He figured out what to do. But they said,
I
yeah,
guess. Yeah, go ahead.
they said, if you'd have shot him, it'd have been on him.
Yeah, I have something to show you guys. Okay, find my name. Come on, there we are. Okay, here is a poor, pathetic excuse for an apology. Can we get it up here? Any day now. You guys see that? Hmm.
I was muted.
I
No, we
lost it.
cannot. We cannot see anything.
I lost them. How pathetic.
You remember how to do it? How to do the sharing and all that?
Is it sharing?
Yeah, you got to hit share there on your what do you call that? Your control panel there. You got to hit that share, and then it will bring up your other things to tell you what to do.
I
So you can
did.
share. Nothing happened?
Okay, let's see. Oh. Yeah. All right.
Would say something like, I hope your
There you
kids
go.
get cancer, or something like that. It was inappropriate. It was wrong. And I'm sorry for saying it.
Let's see if I can get this idiot back up again. Let's see.
That doesn't mean that I'm not sorry that someone has drugged me to a place of hatred. Just think about that. I don't even know this person, never met them in my life. And I quite literally hate them, which is a horrible thing, you know? And it's just like, you get to this place and you're like, man, you know, it's horrible to like hold hatred in your heart for another person. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, you know, that's what's happening. You know, there's just no other.
You still there?
Yeah, you could see it for a minute there. It was Chili talking.
Yeah, his words just for a apology. I can't quite figure out how to exactly share. Do you know how?
Well, you had it going for a while there. Well, you're just going to have to hit the share first. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got to hit the share first, and then you got to go through those menus to bring it up. Somewhere along the line, you didn't hit on the right window or something.
Yeah.
Well, now, is the screen showing the same thing that you're looking at on your computer?
Yeah, I can see.
Just open that. Open what you want to show, and open up what you want to show on another window, and it should come up.
Okay, let's see if I can do this.
Okay, there you go. You're getting there.
Of YouTube, what is going on
there?
out there
Yep,
in the land of YouTube? So I will make this will be a pretty quick live. This should be pretty quick. Kind of lay out some things here, just super duper fast. Because, you know, this channel.
You need to hit
the next couple days,
below your name right there. You need to hit that link and bring the whole thing up. Otherwise, you're just going to have that little
busy
window
doing other things, so I won't be able to come on this backup channel and talk. Everybody knows that. I'm sorry someone has driven me to hatred. Drug me down to their level.
There you go. I think you're on the right track.
But, you know, for all the people who are watching this and are like hate watching me, or people who love me and support me, that's great. I want to show you guys this one clip, and then I really do have to go.
No, but that's good enough. Everybody can see that.
All right.
Yeah, Heather Holt is a monster of a person.
Yeah,
she may be, you know, one of these longtime auditors, moderators, but she's a horrible, horrible person. Go look at her Facebook page. She's awful. I mean, everybody's like, "Hi, Heather Holt." Go look at her Facebook page. Go see what she actually.
Human.
But I want you guys to watch this. And I just have a real quick question.
Watch this part. You tell me what she did wrong here.
Chuck in Illinois, $10 for the cause. Thank you. I don't know what the cause is, but I appreciate it. Really, we're just trolling here. We're just messing around. It's for fun.
So what did she do?
Just trolling? So
Chuck in Illinois, $10 for the cause. Thank you. I don't know what the cause is, but I appreciate it. Really, we're just trolling here. We're just messing around. It's for fun.
Just for fun?
Cannot prove that was
I filed a harassment protection order against Kate, and I filed a federal tort lawsuit. Is this still fun, Kate? Are you having a good time? Do people think this is fun? To track me and put dog shit on my doorstep and all those things? You guys think this is fun?
He
to
did
call every
proof
place
she
I
did
go, to
any of
harass my
that.
friends and family, to call my previous investors and friends. But this is a good time. Remember, this is for no cause. We're just having a good time. I'm really sorry someone has led me down to their pitiful bottom basement level of scum. This chick is a scumbag. And after Wednesday, she can't talk about me anymore. Kate, I pray to God you violate the order that you'll get against you on Wednesday. I pray to Jesus that
I
you,
can't listen.
I'm not Christian, but
I can't listen
I
to
was
that
raised
no
Catholic.
more.
So come on this backup channel and talk about
Oh, shut up.
ridiculous, childish, and stupid things.
I got
Somebody in the chat said next time do that. Try to hit the full screen on the bottom of the video and
Alright.
see if that brings it
Yeah.
up.
I still hear the idiot. Oh my God. Give me a second. I can't get him to shut up. Oh my God. There we go. Oh God.
Yeah, he's a bit melodramatic for sure.
Well, he won't. Okay. He won't take responsibility and say, yeah, I said that. I'm sorry. No. Everybody made him say that.
Yeah, he's a work for sure.
Is it still playing, Mark?
I can barely hear the audio of the video going in the background.
Yeah, I still got to work some kinks out.
Yeah, you'll get a hang of it eventually. It'll be like you're still learning.
Yeah, it'll be a little hit and miss. But I had church some days. I thought it's
Oh yeah.
Gonna be on Monday at the same time. Give everybody a good time, and once I learn this share screen thing, I can bring up some funny pet videos and police cases gone wrong and all the good stuff.
You know, old Chili, he's just mainly talk. You know, and
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
he might try some lawsuits. I think mainly it's just bluffing. You know, stuff like that. He ain't going to do anything that's going to cost him money. When I first was learned about him, he was getting other people to file lawsuits where they were having to pay out money, and if they lost the lawsuit, it was going to all be on them. You know, but it was to benefit him. It's like
Yeah.
this guy's a scammer. It's like you have another guest up there. Let's see what they have to say.
Yes, Anaceto. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Cool.
it's close enough. That'll work. That's perfect. You can call me
Okay.
Annie. You can call me Cheeto. Just don't call me late for supper. But yeah, about the chili thing though. Yeah, it is amazing how he will not admit he is wrong. Now it's somebody else's fault that he said what he said,
Yeah, everybody else
even though
made
he
him
meant
say
it when he said it. This dude
And then he
rehearses
had to throw-
everything he does. There's no way he didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry.
then
Go
he
ahead.
throw in his aunt died of cancer. Everything that happens, somebody in his family has had it.
Alright. And on a plus note, you're faster than AMG at starting the show. Kudos. Good job. Don't tell her I said that though.
Well, it's going to take a little bit of work on that share screen. The rest I got down pretty good. I just got to work on that share screen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm friends with a guy named Judge and Executioner, and he's well known for. He'll say, "Okay, live stream starts at 7:30 and 8:30, still not there."
Oh yeah, he's real good at that.
the next day at 8 o'clock. Oh, I forgot I was going to do a stream. My bad.
Well, he runs his own business, so that's what some of it is, and then I think he has constant internet problems where he's at.
Yeah, I know about the running your own business. You can set a time and then have a job, land in your lab. Like, oh damn, I'm gonna go get this money before I start that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in that position plenty of times.
That's probably going to be the only time that idiot is on my channel now. I'm not going to give him my space.
I can still hear him. Oh wait, he's playing in the background. Kidding, it's a joke.
No.
I was going to bring up talk. I mean, he might get somebody to file a lawsuit here and there or something like that, but otherwise, he's basically harmless. But I was in a conversation here the other day, and somebody had I'm not going to mention who these people are because I don't want to speak out of somebody else's goings on, but this guy decided that little people that they'll mess with like chili, and he ain't really going to do nothing. This guy messed with somebody, and the more I looked into this person, I was like, dude, you better not mess with that person because it looks like the FBI's after this guy, and he's been making bomb threats and all kinds of stuff. And the guy admitted that the guy actually came to the town where he lived in looking for him and stuff. And I was like, I think I would just drop that if I was you.
Yeah, really?
I'd just say, that's okay, dude. You just go about your business. He was definitely he was poking the wrong bear for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the guy that he was going after was a piece of shit for sure, but when you get to the point where somebody's actually going to come after you, come after your family, and this kind of stuff this guy was doing and getting away with, I would be, I think I'll just back off.
Yeah.
And did everybody catch the show? Was that on Dr. Dave or Vegas Valley last night?
Oh, that was
oh my God! I actually turned that.
I was watching it through Predator Troll.
Yes, me too. I even cut it off and came back, and they were still going. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Pardon my French.
That's okay. Believe me, I've heard worse.
Just making sure. Yeah, just making sure because I do cuss a lot. I try not to.
You ain't the only one.
The channel's a free for all.
Yeah. It's funny. There's people that are worried that people curse on their channel, they get demonetized. But there's these urban explorer guys that I watch out of England. It's called Hell on Earth, and they cuss like sailors, and they're not worried about getting demonetized. I don't understand that. Some people will freak out if you curse in the live chats, like, "Oh, don't do that! You'll get us in trouble."
You do know about British TV? They allow a lot more swear words than we do.
Yeah, but I mean, they're on YouTube. They're YouTubers, and they're every other word's the F word. I mean, usually I would just spit that word right out, but I'm trying to curtail myself because people tell me
I've calmed myself way down from when I worked at the prison. Man, I had a mouth on me. I gave them inmates what for? Straight up. And
right.
I remember when I was in boot camp in the Navy, and the company commander, he's like the drill instructor, like in the Marine Corps and all that. He's saying, some of you guys, he goes, I bet you never uttered a curse word in front of your parents in your entire life, but you're going to graduate right before Christmas, and somebody's going to go home, and the first thing out of your mouth is, "Hey, pass me the fucking mashed potatoes." It's like, yeah, that's quite possible. Of course, I already talked like that all the time, so it wouldn't have. My parents would have said, "Oh well."
Yeah.
Yeah, and my inner voice cusses more than I do. So
I was one of my brother's granddaughters was staying with me for a while, and I tried to not be my usual self in front of her. Every other word a curse word, and we dropped off my niece at the airport, and we were coming back, and we were at this one spot, and I was telling my mom and my niece, I said, I hate this spot right here. I said, you know how many times I've been right here getting ready to turn on this other freeway, and somebody will cut me off. And right then, this guy not only cut me off, but he whopped me right in the right front fender of a brand new car. And then he runs. He started to pull over, and then somebody got in between. And I wouldn't have been able to catch him anyway. I was driving a Kia Rio, which is a little gutless little car. And I was when I later, whenever we got home, my great niece was telling my mother, it's like, I never heard Uncle Tony talk like that before. He's got a foul mouth. Well, he was angry. She goes, I bet he was. Yeah, this guy, obviously he knew he hit me. There was a guy sitting, it was a Toyota Land Cruiser, and there was a guy sitting in the very back. And he looked right out. I could see him. He looked right out after the dude hit me, and you could see his mouth moving. He goes, hey, you just hit that guy. And he ran anyway. And I called the cops. Cops came out. They said, look, I'm not going to make an official report because I'm going to tell you why. He goes, it's going to go on your record, and we might not even be able to find this guy, or he's going to have some excuse about that wasn't him or whatever. And he goes, if you file a police report, it's going to go against your license that you were in an accident. You're not going to get anything out of it. So he goes, I'm going to take his number, and tomorrow I'll try to get a hold of him and see if I can work this out for you. And he goes, if not, then if you want to file a report, and we'll go from there. So I said, okay. And I just barely got home from work the next day, and he goes, hey, man, I got that guy here in my office. And he goes, he claimed that he didn't hit your car or anything like that. He says he said he was there where you said he was at, but he said some crazy man was chasing him down the freeway, but he didn't know what he'd done. And he says, but there was a flaw in his story. He says, I remember that your car was teal green, and I went out and he had teal green paint on his back bumper. So he goes, what do you want me to do? I said, well, if I don't have to, I don't want to get my insurance company involved in any of this stuff like this. I said, I tell you what, tell them give me $1,000 and I won't, I won't have them prosecuted for hit and run. And he called his parents and was like, well, he said, you either give me $1,000 cash right now, or, he's going to have you prosecuted for hit and run. And we're still going to have to, he's going to make a police report. We're going to get nailed for everything. And he was from Orange County. So, his parents probably had deep pockets. So I guess his parents came down and wrote a check, and the highway patrolman says, you know where the Central CHP station is in LA? I said, sure do. He goes, well, come on down. I'll have this check for you. I said, cool. Never did have to turn it into my insurance company.
Yeah, my ex-husband, we were in South Dakota. I don't know how it came about, but he got out and got in front of the car and said that he dared me to hit him. You don't tell an Irish legal person to not to hit him or dare him. Needless to say, he went up on the hood and up over the roof and up the trunk and landed on the ground. Then he come up, I didn't think you would do it. I said, you dared me.
I take it you were having an argument at the time.
I imagine, yeah, full blown.
You know, I'm really not sure I know what we were doing. We're going to go get a dog from the animal shelter. And I can't remember if we already got the dog or we were going. But we're in good old Walmart parking lot. Everything happens at Walmart.
Yes, it does. Some of the best fights have been recorded in the Walmart parking lot.
He laughed about it afterwards. I didn't know you would really do it.
Yeah, another good place to see fights is Waffle House, especially in the middle.
Yes. Oh yes, if you can get there between 2 and 5 in the morning, absolutely.
Yep. First time I went to a Waffle House, I was driving from Texas back to California, and we was over by Texas Motor Speedway, and a bunch of truck drivers got into a fist fight there in the
I know exactly which one you're talking about. I used to live in Fort Worth.
Well,
yeah, that Waffle House is notorious. The only one that's worse is the one that's on I-35 heading towards Cleveland out of Fort Worth going south.
I'm sure I've probably been there too.
Yeah, it's the only one out there. You know, there's a whole bunch of shops and whatnot. There's only one Waffle House right on the corner next door to a Chili Willy.
Do you know where Hazlitt is?
Yeah.
That's where I was living.
Yeah, I know where Hazlitt is. Yeah, the next county over, Johnson County, is where Cleveland's at. And it's dry.
Hazlitt's in Tarrant County. It's just slightly north of downtown Fort Worth.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. South of there, the other county, Johnson County, is dry. So there is a lot of fights right there at the county line where people are drunk because they're driving home. They're taking their beer home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I remember one time I used to do apartments, and I had a little fender bender. I'd loaded my truck, you know, I did make ready, which is, you know, clean the apartment out, paint it, you know, get it ready for the next tenant. And I had my truck loaded, and I didn't see behind me when I backed up, so I wondered why my truck wasn't moving. Well, I was trying to push this car. So I'm, you know, trying to talk to the owner of the car, and his friend is steadily yelling and all that. I said, well, we can call the cops, and, you know, it's going to look badly on him, considering it's not even your fucking car. Why am I arguing with you?
Yeah, you get a lot of that.
Yeah, and he told me, you're going to have to pay for that, all that damage. I said, this car's got rust on it, bro. Really? I looked at the owner and said, how about I give you $50 next week? I ain't got it on me right now. And he goes, yeah, that's fine. Then I went back to my truck. I came out with a fucking crowbar and a suction cup. Like, what are you going to do? I said, I'm about to pop his dent out since you wouldn't shut the fuck up.
I got to step away for a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, that guy was like, man, I had to get rid of that freedom of mine, man. You were right, dude. I said, yeah, both y'all about to almost got in a fight. And I'm y'all's landlord. I work for your landlord. Really? You're going to, you know, throw a scene with me?
Yeah. Do you want to come up? I think the link's still up there.
I'm sorry?
Talk to the persons in the room.
Oh.
Yeah, we had some. Always had some crazy times.
And then
the
another
biggest thing
time
about, yeah, go ahead.
About being in the work truck, I don't know what my boss was doing, but apparently it fallen asleep and I wasn't paying attention to him. And I just saw the car creep forward. And then I realized he wasn't stopping. I said, whoa, hey, wait, what are you doing? And boom, right when we hit the car, he had fallen asleep. our
Wow.
driver. You know, we were stopped in an intersection. You know, we were waiting for the light. You know, when people turn, you know, you can inch forward a little bit. Well, he had fallen asleep and just rolled forward into the car in front of us. I'm like, oh shit. And this is the same guy that's totaled about 7 of his cars. And I don't know what he was thinking getting between two 18-wheelers, but they squished him in his truck. I'm like, bro, you just need to stop driving.
Yeah.
You're a danger to everybody on that road.
The biggest fight I've ever been in involving food was at high school in the cafeteria. Good old food fight.
Those are fun.
Oh, they were
Food
great.
fight is just so awesome. That's
They
just
were
having
great.
to walk the rest of the day stinking like ketchup and mashed potatoes. That get
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
yeah. I would explain to your mom why you have ketchup in your hair.
Oh, my mom knew. My mom was pretty cool with it. She always asked, "Did you win?" It wasn't all the time, but you know, every once in a while we'd have a food fight. Usually happens on a Friday.
Oh no, I went to the schools that if there was ever a food fight, somebody was catching a tray to the face.
Whoa.
Yeah, we had metal detectors in the schools I went to since middle school on up. I'm an ambassador to the ghetto, I like to say, 'cause I lived there. I've seen people fight over ramen soup.
Yeah. Hey, Logan.
And so we were going to have another member join.
Hey, Logan, come up if you want to. Okay.
I'm glad I caught this stream on time. I was out there waiting for my Amazon delivery. Please shut up. It's a long time.
They're pretty good out here delivering on time.
Well, my deal with I ordered something a couple months ago, and instead of them leaving it on my porch as instructed, they just dropped it in the yard. So I kind of left Amazon a note. Now they make sure they get off and deliver my package too.
Yeah.
I didn't complain because you know it was potting soil. You know, there's nothing in there to break. But yeah, don't just drop it. That hurt. What happens if I'd have had something glass or something fragile in there, man?
Yeah, really.
And with him saying that he dropped it off to a resident and handed it to him, yeah, that's gonna look bad. So now you know I've got like 2 drivers that will deliver it to nobody else will, because they're on my shit list. So I'll occasionally have a package that's gonna be delivered and then get bought back a day. I know what happened. The wrong driver. I'm not gonna let him over to my house no more. I don't want to see him.
Yeah. Hey, Logan.
How's it going, guys?
Pretty good. Oh, that's going to be good. Mark.
Mark's in the chat. Hi, Mark.
I've been in there for a minute.
Well, I just woke up, goddammit, so give me a break. I know what happens when Mark and I get together. Usually something's screaming good honey somewhere around there.
Hey, drink coffee. I'm not Mark. I'm kidding.
Good honey.
Yeah, he had plenty of that about a week ago, didn't he?
You know, I am absolutely so freaking surprised that he remembers everything. And I mean, you remember what you said if me and Crippled Cat did not go out on a date? He goes, "Oh yeah, I was going to hold you in contempt." How do you fucking remember that? That was fun.
Yeah, he started off saying he was going to take a shot every 5 thanks or something like that. But then after a while, he just started sucking on the bottle.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
we
take a
kept
shot
telling him to shut
after.
up and go to sleep, and he's like, "No, I'm not done yet."
I'm saving this little bit for Schrodinger. I still got this little bit for. Well, I can get some more tomorrow.
Somebody actually said, "You know, there's a thing called Uber."
Yeah.
Wait, maybe that was me.
Yeah, that's great.
God, we have a lot of fun on YouTube.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Fuck you.
Yeah, that was he did. He was saying that a lot.
I've got a different version of Uber. It's called Roger. I just give him money and send him to the store. He's my neighbor.
You know, my dad would have said, "Screw it, that's what kids are for," but you can't do that anymore.
No, I remember buying cigarettes at 15.
I was gonna say, remember having to go out and get cigarettes?
Yeah, I remember from 8 till about I was 15. I used to show up with a note and slide that carton of cigarettes across. Told me put it in the bag. Don't let nobody see it.
We just dated ourselves. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there was a time you could get away with that, but
yeah, you're gonna have to jump in the Wayback Machine if you want to do that anymore.
Yeah, I remember. What was it? The Marlboros were $1.25, I think, once I started buying them for myself.
Do you remember at the same store you could get candy cigarettes too?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They were like made out of chalk.
No kidding. And you get them and you blow and it's all that stuff comes out of them.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, and it was on when you had the ones that had the powdered sugar. Smoke.
I remember.
Jesus Christ, you got a bunch of old farts going, "You remember candy cigarettes?"
I never really got into smoking, but a pack of cigarettes was like 55 cents when I was a teenager.
Oh wow!
I just heard who showed up?
That was before filters, I imagine.
Mark.
No, it wasn't before filters. I'm not that old.
Those are called Lucky Strikes and Pall Malls. Yes, I'm familiar with them.
So who's the cow?
Mark.
Oh, I can be a duck as well. Hang on, let me go into duck.
Now I can't get my stupid screen to open.
If you take the banner down, it will say all of our names.
Oh, I got everybody, but
yeah, I think
I had to.
Well, it'll work with the banner, but it doesn't work with the.
Can't get to the banner. I gotta open my window. I can't figure out. Oh wait, there we go.
With an upper like that.
All right.
What was the percentage of alcohol on that stuff you was drinking there last week there, Mark?
Well, I destroyed the evidence. I think it was something like 34.5 or something, or 32 point. I don't know, it's 30 something.
Dude, it had a name of Jim Beam on it. You were talking about 80 proof.
Good honey.
Good honey.
I'm gonna make a t-shirt. The front of it's gonna say, "I love you, fuck you," and the back it's gonna say, "Good honey."
Good.
I got to design some
Yeah, design
images
some
for the for a shirt or something. Maddie, I was drinking Jim Beam's honey liquor with mixed with bourbon from Texas, I think it was.
Yeah, that was such a night. I think Mark was pretty pissed off that he only had 2 fists to drink with.
We had a good time. That was pretty funny.
I'm
Those
surprised
become-
you're still breathing, dude, man. I have not consumed hard liquor since St. Patrick's Day 2019, so the one before the pandemic. I can't do hard liquor like that.
My
I'm
husband's fine.
impressed. Okay, look, you're getting a salute, brother. That was you did something I cannot do.
I was actually perfectly fine until I tried to stand up to go to the toilet and I turned my camera on. I was like, this is as far as I got. Like 30 seconds later, that was when it all sort of went downhill. But I was fine the next day.
I'm laughing.
The
Okay,
belly was a little bit sore, but apart from that, it was fine.
I actually spent 2 years stationed in Korea, and it's called a soju experience. I don't know if you've ever had soju. Soju is Korea's version of rice wine. Well, it ain't wine, dude. It's freaking hard liquor. And you can sit there all night and drink this stuff and not get a buzz. It's until you stand up, it feels like someone hit you in the back of the head with a 2x4. That's a soju experience. And I think that's what you were just talking about. It's like, I was fine till I stood up.
Yeah.
I have to say, with me when I drank tequila, I had 13 shots in 20 minutes. And I was sitting there doing fine, looking through a book, Playboy book I was looking through. I got up to go to the bathroom. Well, needless to say, I didn't make it back.
Needless to
When I
say,
was,
he lived that shirt. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, floor.
That's just about what it was.
Well, I don't know. When I was 18, 19, working in the bar, I'd drink sort of 25 pints of cider or something after work, and I'd be absolutely fine. But I can't do that now.
Did Mark just admit that he was an underage person working in a bar and drank 25 pints?
No,
Well, it might have been
age.
legal where he was at.
Yeah, the age is 18.
I'm taking note. You guys have seen my cop notebook, right? Oh, here, hang on.
Although the funny thing
Right
is,
here.
the first time I was actually ID'd in a nightclub was when I turned 18. Well, you don't call it getting ID'd, you call it getting carded. Yeah, the first time I was asked for ID was when I actually turned 18. Before that was fine. It was just, yeah, you're in.
I love shopping at Walmart. No, I'm sorry, not Walmart. Walgreens. It's a pharmacy chain here in the U.S. I love shopping at Walgreens because they always card. You have no idea what it's like to say, hey, can I see your ID? And I look at the person and go, you are so sweet. Thank you for asking.
Here in Florida, they have to enter your birth date every time they sell alcohol. So beer, wine, whatever. So you pretty much have to show them your ID. And when I lived in Louisiana, they actually have to run your license.
Yeah, they got
that strip on it to sell you alcohol.
You know what? That system was down right after Hurricane Katrina. And they're like, oh, we don't have to do that. Nothing works. I met some really good people in Louisiana after that. And that was absolute devastation. And there were still people out there trying to help. Mm-hmm. What an experience.
I went during the cleanup. It was an experience for sure.
Mm.
I lived on the other end of the state, and when I go from Louisiana to Florida, I go around New Orleans.
Oh man, I actually got sworn in as a Louisiana State Trooper, just so we could go there and help in the state.
Nice.
Did you know Louisiana State Troopers have some of the weirdest looking badges? It's shaped like Louisiana.
I didn't know that.
Hang on.
Yeah, I was on AOL at the time when that hit, and I knew a couple people that lived there, and oh man, we prayed for them.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Guys, I can't drop a link, but if you go on to Google and just do Louisiana State Trooper badge, you're going to see what the badge looks like.
Well, you could do the share thing if you wanted to.
Okay. I really do not know how to work this stuff, so I'm probably going to screw it up.
Well, if you hit share, it'll bring up another menu. Then you answer that question, and another one, and then eventually it'll bring it up. Or you could just use it as your avatar. You know how to edit your avatar over there with the 3 little dots. You can just bring it up with your avatar. Okay, see where your name is.
Sure I know how to turn off my camera. Okay.
See where your name is right below where it says Tawny Eye and StreamYard, and then there's 3 little dots in the corner.
Got it.
Hit those 3 little dots. It'll say Edit Avatar, and then you can bring whatever you want.
Edit name, edit audio avatar, stop.
Yep.
Okay, edit audio avatar. Okay, that means I have to save it. All right, hang on a second.
I currently have my name set to Chili as a Knob, said Thomas.
I
I can't figure out why my there's this Tawny popcorn clean. I can't get popcorn clean to come up no more.
All right.
You need to get rid of the comment that's on screen. So just click on a random comment to show it, and then take that down, and then the names will pop up. It's because there's a comment up on screen. It gets rid of.
Yeah, it's called a banner. If you get rid of that banner, then everybody's name will come up.
Let's see. Give me a second.
All right.
Yeah, you need to find the comment that you've highlighted.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
I think it'll be blue, so you should be able to find it pretty easy.
Yeah. And it's got to go through. It'll take me a minute.
If you can't, just click on a random comment. It'll bring that up instead, and then just click on it again to take it down.
I found it.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
I guess it does say it there. But if I type it in the room, it won't. Watch. Okay, it won't come up.
You have to go. You have to go back to where you.
There we
started. Yeah. Okay. There it is.
I told you it was weird looking back.
I do remember seeing those now that you mention it. Me having Florida plates now when I go visit my relatives in Louisiana, I'm sure I'm going to be able to count on getting pulled over one of these times coming back. Because because where I was living was just east of the Texas-Louisiana border, right on I-10. And if you have Florida plates and they figure you've just been to Texas, they figure you're probably smuggling drugs, and they'll pull you over and tear your car apart.
You know that stretch of I-10 runs across Lake Pontchartrain?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I remember seeing that stretch that runs across Lake Pontchartrain being broken.
Are you talking about Pontchartrain or what's that, Hatchula something?
No, I'm
that
I'm
like
talking
10-mile bridge.
the one across the lake.
Oh yeah, I know that one. Yeah, it goes from like the 10 up to the 12.
Yeah, and I remember seeing that just missing sections after Hurricane Katrina. It's like, wow. And you know it's up above the water. It's so high, and you can see the water lines that were still on there going, damn, I am so glad I wasn't here.
Yeah, no shit.
Pick up the pieces.
Last time I went to California, I left my car in Sulphur, Louisiana, which is by Lake Charles. Okay. And that last hurricane that came through there and just tore Lake Charles a new asshole happened while I was in Arizona on my way back. And my nephew, I told him, I says, hey, man, if you guys got to make a run for it, my SUV was sitting there. I said, just jump in my SUV and take off. Well, he didn't want his car to get jacked up, so he took it to his mother's house. And a big awning landed on his car. And my car made it through without a scratch.
Oh, that's
I said, well, thanks for leaving it there.
Thank you.
Yeah. I had taken the train, and I was in Arizona, and I come to find out that the trains weren't going past El Paso on the way back. And, you know, I couldn't get anybody that was going to be able to come pick me up at the airport or anything like that. And the airport in Lake Charles was closed. The closest place I could fly into was like Houston. So I was like, how the hell am I going to get home?
20, 10, retard.
My plane is landing.
And luckily a friend of the family was in California and he was heading back. And he picked me up in Arizona and dropped me off to pick up my car. Man, that was a bitch getting out of there, though.
Yeah.
That area is still all totally wiped out. Sulphur, Louisiana, it's still, if I went back there right now, there's still tons of damage.
That happened in what, 2005?
2020. That the one I'm talking about happened in 2020. It mainly tore up Lake Charles and the surrounding area. 2005 was Katrina, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then there was another one after that, Ike, I think. That tore the roof off my brother's house in Benton, Louisiana.
I think it was Ike.
Yeah. I don't remember what that one was called in 2020. I know it was 2020 because it was during the pandemic. That's why I took the train.
You know, and everybody else who was in that, it's like, dude, we're in a freaking pandemic and you're going to do this to us? Really? All right. Man.
Well, I stayed when we finally made it back to Louisiana, I crashed out, and from my great nephew's house, I could see over to the 10 freeway. Well, they call it the interstate there. And I saw where the traffic had been backed up for like 30 miles forever. And then I saw the traffic was moving. So I decided this would be a good time to make a run for it to head back home. And I got in my car and I got to Lake Charles and I made the biggest mistake. It took me 3 hours to get to Lafayette, which is like not even 100 miles away. That was definitely not fun. But once you got to Lafayette, that was it. Boom. I was free sailing the rest of the way home.
You guys know you have a celebrity in your chat room, right?
What?
Chef Aniceto Maldonado.
I ain't no celebrity.
Boys and girls, you know that man can cook.
Okay, I have the first two lines of my song. I'm not gonna lie.
I said I ain't no chef. I'm just trying to make it. I'm a regular dude. I put on my pants one leg at a time, just like you do.
Yeah, well, you can still cook, so shut up. Take the compliment.
Oh, trust me. I took the compliment, rubbed it all over myself. I feel good right now.
You did not have to go that far.
Yes, I did. It's you. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know why I started cooking. I just started cooking because I was hungry, and now everybody wants me to cook no matter where I go. So I guess I am doing something right.
I told you.
It's crazy, man. I go to people's house. Hey, will you cook today? I wasn't planning on it, but yeah, what do we make?
Didn't you and I get into a discussion about tacos not too long ago?
I'm always talking tacos. Always. It says on
Yeah,
dishes.
and notice Taco Bell did not show up in that conversation.
And I have no mod who will be able to.
Well, I used to work at Taco Bell, so there's tons of secrets I know about that place.
Hey, if you want American food, go to Taco Bell. It ain't Mexican.
Well, yeah, y'all might find this funny, but they do teach you the history of Taco Bell when you go to job orientation. It started by a guy named Glenn Bell, and funny enough, he didn't sell tacos in the beginning.
Hot dogs, wasn't it?
No, it was just bean burritos and tostadas. That's it. That's all he had.
Okay, when you worked at Taco Bell, were they serving those really disgusting Bell burgers?
Nuh-uh, I missed that era.
The Bell Beefer.
They were gross. And thank God they took them off their menu.
You know,
I stopped working for them when the gordita and chalupa were introduced. That's how long ago.
Chalupa. That was such a good commercial with the fucking Chihuahua.
If you look back at the history of a lot of those fast food places, a lot of the people that started different fast food places, like Glenn Bell, the guy that started Del Taco, and a couple other companies.
Started Taco Bell.
Yeah, but he was also a guy that worked for him, and Dick Noggle, the guy that started Noggles, they was all associated at one time.
Yeah.
All these people were associated at one time that started all these different fast food places.
Hey, don't forget Ray Kroc. He got into the business selling milkshake machines.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the founder of McDonald's, right?
Well, no, he bought it out from under the McDonald brothers.
I was going to say, yeah, he knew the McDonald brothers and he stole it from them. But yeah, yeah, that guy.
I'm sure you've been to that McDonald's in Downey, right, Logan?
Yep.
The original.
The original. Hey, I've also been to the original Tommy's on Rampart.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Oh, my only claim to fame is I've been to the Happy Meal one in Dallas. Yeah, the building shaped like a damn Happy Meal.
You believe we just burned up 15 minutes talking about fast food restaurants?
You know, I'm a native Californian, and I've been living here in the South for a while, and you can hardly find like anybody that sells ground beef tacos like they make in like California here. So the only place you can get a taco, anything like there in California, is at Taco Bell, or if you want to go down to Orlando where there's a couple Del Tacos.
Yeah, we've got in Fort Worth we had Del Taco. My personal favorite, if we're gonna go to a taco place, take me to Taco Casa. They load
Taco Casa, Taco Cabana's not bad either there.
Taco Cabana actually has a good meat recipe. I do like their beef. Tastes like the stuff I make. You know.
You guys are never going to be able to eat here because Senor da Costa retired. But his restaurant showed up on the Food Network twice, and it was called Acosta Tacos. It was on Imperial Highway, right down by LAX. That place used to have a line out of it with police cars, fire trucks, ambulances, and just people lined up. It's like, yeah, oh my God. You know, I wonder if I can find that. Let's see if there's still a Wayback Machine on the internet.
You know, when they started opening up In-N-Out burgers in Texas, you wouldn't believe how long people would wait in line to get an In-N-Out burger.
I was not impressed.
It's just something I kind of got used to living in Southern California.
Oh my God.
Yeah, what they forgot to do was bring in the Southern California cows. I mean, you're gonna get your beef from where in Texas? It's gonna be Longhorn steer. That's why Whataburger only Whataburger when it comes to burger joints is like Whataburger and Sonic have a different meat recipe than McDonald's.
Yeah.
They
Did you
use
ever
85 chuck.
did you ever go to the bar called Redneck Heaven in Fort Worth?
I'm not a big drinker.
It was a
bar.
restaurant / bar. It was kind of like Hooters, but they had girls dressing up in little shorty Daisy Dukes. But they sold their burgers had that Nolan Ryan beef. And I'll tell you,
yeah.
That was some good stuff.
It was a grain-fed steer.
Mm-hmm.
Grass-fed steer. I've actually met Nolan Ryan.
Wow.
I was a window cleaner, and we cleaned the stadium back when he was still in charge of it. So we'd have to shoo him out of his office every now and then.
Yeah, I'm a lifetime Dodger fan, and back in 1988, I got to meet Vin Scully and Don Drysdale.
Wow.
Yeah, got to go into the booth while they were broadcasting. It's like, man, this is like being in heaven. I really would have liked to have met Tommy Lasorda, but never happened.
And the company I used to work for, we did the stadium across the street. Oh, Jerry Jones' building. I got to meet the cheerleaders, some of the players, but not Jerry. Even though I did clean his personal suite, I was one of the 4 people allowed in there from our window cleaning company. It's a lot of glass on that building.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, I am so giggling right now. Someone mentioned Hooters, and I had to go look at something, and it brought up a memory called the Tilted Kilt, which is very much like Hooters. And then you were talking about celebrities, and I remember I used to be a security guard up in Porter Ranch off the 118 in California, and one of the people who lived there was Hulk Hogan. And if you ever met his wife, Linda's hot. Terry and Linda divorced a couple of years ago, and guess who I ran into in the grocery store?
Linda?
And she was divorced, yes. I asked Hulk Hogan's ex-wife out.
Did she
No,
say,
she did.
did
She
she say
laid me off, man. She's like, "No, I'm not going out with you." But here's my number. Oh God, that was fun. She even had this really gorgeous redheaded friend of hers who showed up, and she was 100% cock blocking me.
Oh, wonderful.
And hey, I still walked away out of that with the number, so she was not successful.
was it her number or was it the local Chiefy Lou?
No, it was her number.
Bad ass, fucking him.
Yes. I also went to high school with a porn star, and no, I'm not showing her picture up there.
No, it's like when I tell the people about the cheerleaders, they're like, "How come you ain't got no pictures?" Because they don't allow photography in there, you idiot.
Logan, did you go to high school in the area where you live now, or?
Yes.
Well, I also went to high school there. I messaged you a while back, and I don't know, I never got a response. But if I had actually graduated high school, I would have been Royal High School.
I was going to say, you went to Royal. I remember, and I did not see your message. I'm not blowing you off. Okay.
Oh no! I never. I don't know. I DM'd you through the thing. You might not have got it. I'm not accusing you of blowing you up. Well, you sent me a friend's request after that, but whenever I closed my Discord, I lost most of my friends off my DM list. So I'm not sure how that exactly happened. If you're not on the same Discord, you have to be friends or you can't communicate. Something like that. Did you go to Simi or Royal?
I went to Simi.
Well, I started out in Simi because I went to Valley View Junior High School.
Yeah, you and I walked over some of the same fucking dirt, dude. I went to Valley View too.
Our first house we lived in Simi Valley was by the Knolls. Pride Tract. They call that area Corganville now. That other crippled cat. She lived right around the corner. Whenever she was married, she lived right around the corner from where I used to live there.
I used to actually get this. Used to be a real working cowboy at what you call Corriganville. Back then, we called it Hopetown.
Yeah, I remember that. It was Hopetown when I lived there.
Oh yeah.
I moved there in like 1973. We stayed in Simi till 77. I remember driving by what used to be Spawn Ranch, and I never knew that was Spawn Ranch. Now I'm a big-time Manson file, and it's like, oh, man, I wish I'd have known all that crap.
You know what? You and I probably went to the same fucking elementary school.
I didn't go to elementary there. I moved there. I was in junior high. I went to Valley View, and then I moved to, started high school at Simi High in 75, and then we'd already moved to the other side of the valley. Whenever they were going to send me to Apollo, my mother talked them into letting me go to Royal instead.
My best friend went to Apollo.
A lot of people did.
For those of you who don't know, Apollo is a continuation school where they send all the bad kids.
Yep.
And they had better teachers.
Yeah, my parents moved.
You had to fuck up to get a good education.
Yeah. My parents moved to Lancaster before my senior year. And they told me that I had to go to registration. It was registration at the high school I would have gone to if I'd have been there was the day before it was at Royal. So they told me, go there and maybe you'll see some girl you like or something. You might want to go there. Now, we're talking 1970. Hair, I wore fucking bell-bottom Levi's and rock concert shirts and shit. And I go to the registration and some guy walks up to me, looks like fucking Richie Cunningham, and goes, hey, man, Desert Winds is over there. I think you're lost. And I'm like, what are you talking about? A couple minutes later, some other guy looks just like him, buttoned up shirt, Levi 501s, fucking Chuck Taylor, Converse All-Stars. He goes, hey, man, Desert Winds is over there. It's like, what the fuck are these people talking about? About that time, some other long-haired dude goes, hey, man, they've been hassling you too? And I go, about what? He goes, about Desert Winds. I go, yeah, what is that? He goes, oh, that's continuation school. If you look around, there's not too many people that look like us in here. I says, yeah, I'm noticing that. Funny thing is, I went back to, I talked my parents into letting me go back to Simi Valley to finish out high school. And when I went to registration, none of my friends were there. They all dropped out.
Hey, check your Discord. I sent you a friend request, found the message you sent, and it's telling me that it can't be delivered because we're not in the same server.
I closed my Discord.
Okay, well, hey, I found it. Like I said, I'm not blowing you off, man. I really do not know how to work this shit.
Yeah, when you were talking about going out with Crippled Cat, and I remembered where she said she was from, and I went, oh, yeah, man, I know that area well. You remember when there used to be that ship on that grounded up, that got broke out and grounded up on the beach there in Port Hueneme? Back in the 70s. They cut it up and made it into a it's there by the Navy base. It's got to be over in that area you were talking about. Oh, a bunch of my cousins were Seabees and shit. They lived out there.
The Crippled Cat is multiplying. Yes, that's my neighbor, man. She's gorgeous.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool as hell. I like her. She's cool.
Yeah, she's very nice. We turned out that we lived around the corner from each other at one point. Well, we didn't live there at the same time, but she lived in a house right around the corner from where I used to live. And then I said, well, when we moved from there, we moved to this other place. And she said, I lived in that place too. It's like, damn.
Did any of you catch that live stream that we were on and we were talking about peacocks?
I went back and rewatched it. Yeah.
Okay.
What the peacocks that have got all cock and no pea?
Yeah, well, that was up in the Santa Susana Knolls, and yes, there are wild peacocks that live up there. Go figure. They're not native to Southern California, but
Have you ever been to Clear Springs Caves, Logan?
Have I ever been where?
It's called Clear Springs Caves. It's also called some people call it the Manson Caves. Stoner's Den. You'd heard of it though, right?
I haven't. No, that's I know you have to go up the pass road and hang a right into Box Canyon to get there.
No, it's actually right behind Santa Susana Park.
No.
Yeah, it's up in there. The people that live around there do not like people going there. And rumors were that they blew up the entrance to it, but I've seen on YouTube people go there and explore since then. It was pretty cool when I was a kid, but I went back when I was like in my early 20s and I'd filled out quite a bit. And it was a little scary whenever I was a bit thicker. Kind of tight to me.
Were you around when they blew up the Little House on the Prairie set?
Oh yeah.
For anybody else, Little House on the Prairie was a group of books written by Laura Ingalls Wilder, and in the 70s it was a very popular TV show, and they filmed it right up the street.
Yeah.
And when they ended the series, they couldn't leave the sets there because they were an OSHA violation. So they said, screw it. We're in the hills. Let's blow it up. And it was a big ass party. They had the catering trucks out there and everything. So.
Yeah, well, Michael Landon was in that.
Amanda. She's in the chat.
Amanda, get your ass up here.
Hell yeah.
Logan, you familiar with the Walk Up restaurant?
Yes, the little A-frame.
Yeah, it's called Santa Susana Cafe now. But oh man, I used to eat there all the time. I love that place. They
had the best burgers.
Oh hell yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
I know that place. You know, it right behind this place is a little bitty strip mall, and I don't know what they have in there now because it changes like every 6 months. That's where I took martial arts when I was a kid. Right behind that, and I used to get my ass kicked by the instructor, and then we'd go out to the.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm sorry?
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Mid-50s.
Okay, yeah, so you're a few years younger than me. I'm 62, so.
Okay.
The stuff that was there when I was there is not the same stuff.
No, but I was there because you and my sister are the same age.
Ah.
And she went to see me. As a matter of fact, her women's junior varsity freestyle swim record is still standing at Simi High School.
Did she go to Sequoia Junior High or Valley View?
No, she's my stepsister, and when she showed up, she was 15. She was going to Taft.
Oh, okay,
and
down the valley.
The junior high was, it fed into Taft. Her brother, my stepbrother, went to Taft also, and he went there when Tracy Lords was a high school student.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, Amanda.
Hey. How's
There's
everybody?
this sexy lady.
I'm not that sexy, but thank you for the kind compliment.
You're sexier than
Quack.
this.
Okay, hang on. I got to set the duck up first.
It's a silver fox, Logan.
Oh, thank you. You make me feel so good every
Oh
time.
no, let's do the cow first.
Where's Mark? We gotta see Mark. But anyway, thank you, Tawny, for letting me join. And
I think now is a good time starting my why not Monday.
you know what? And plus, you're trying to make a good positive thing, so I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to have some good days around here, and like you said, you wanted to start off Monday to be a good day for everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mark's multiple personalities are coming out. He keeps changing his name. Oh, now you're just flirting with me, Mark.
Oh, Mark is a butter boy. He just loves to flirt and make you melt. Oh, excuse me.
You had mentioned your nickname's Cheeto there, Anna Cheeto. Is that how you pronounce your name? Isn't that Zerzuz guy also a chef or something?
He's a baker, he said. But yeah,
baker.
He cooks too.
Same kind of thing.
Y'all haven't seen his cooking videos? They're actually not bad.
He did a really good job, and especially cutting up to where you can add the cheese in the pocket, and then adding some potatoes. It looked so good. It looked very good.
I burnt beans.
That's funny.
That was an experience.
Burnt beans ain't bad, thank you very much.
I watched this guy.
I still eat them.
I watched this guy called Beard Meats Food that does all kind of food challenges and stuff. And it surprises me that beans and a bunch of like tomato stuff is like one of the standard British breakfast items. It's like, what?
I think the beans is not as sweet as we have here, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Unless they're army beans.
Okay.
Army beans, I swear they add sugar too. I miss army beans.
I always flash back to that John Panetti thing when he was talking about breakfast. What was it? Written somewhere. He's talking about, oh, good, load me up with beans. Yeah, that'll be great. Y'all remember John Panetti, right?
Who?
He was a comic way back. He was real fat. He had the Chinese food bit.
Oh, what did you say his name was?
John Panetti.
Yeah, John Panette. Yeah. He's the one. Yeah, he had the joke about the buffet. He's always considered
the buffet.
a challenge.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The Chinese buffet.
Yeah.
You've been here 4 hours. Eat vegetable. You so big.
You so big.
You scare my wife. You leave. And he came back later and he said the guy called him Fee Wee. And he goes, Fee Wee? Are you calling me Free Willy?
Yeah, Free Riri. Get on the Free Riri.
Free Riri.
You know, that's sad. That dude lost a lot of weight and then he died.
Yeah, poor guy. Oh, man, he was so funny, though. Jesus Christ, he was funny.
I also like George Carlin. If he was still alive, I would love to go see one of his acts. I always enjoyed his, and I also like the one girl.
What are the 7 words?
Shit, fuck, cunt. I can't remember. He rattled them off.
What are they?
I liked his early work, but
he fucked up, goddamn pissing motherfucker.
He got a little liberal for me at the end.
Yeah.
That's okay. He was still funny.
He was the fact he was very educational. I mean, it's like you could tell he was just a brilliant mind, but also funny as hell. Just excuse my language.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just funny. Oh, someone's getting
Wait,
your
you
call.
score?
Nah, it's my girlfriend in Arizona. I'll call her later.
I remember one of his first
You're gonna
things he ever
die.
did was like an old. It was one of those movies where a divorced woman and divorced man marries each other and they got 9,000 kids. He played like an ice cream man in it.
Hmm.
I have no idea what that one is. My favorite George Carlin role was when he was what was it? A father, a bishop, a priest, or something in Dogma.
Mm-mm. Oh yeah, Dog.
I
That was funny.
Aniceto, I'm looking at that movie and I was thinking of the whole Buddy Jesus thing.
Yeah.
While we were talking about George Carlin, yes.
Well, and
Yes.
also, I mean, Smith is a fun. Kevin Smith. I loved him, and now they're actually. I think they're having another Clerks, if I'm not mistaken. And those movies I love, and I love all the one like Chasing Amy, Dogma, Clerks, and
And the common thread is Jay and Silent Bob.
yes,
Yeah.
put that
I
money.
love
Oh, they're in Dogma too, as a matter of fact.
Yes,
it.
they're
Well,
always at the convenience store dancing. And then I love it when they go to the restaurant and then they see the comments and then they're like, okay, we got to comment back. And then, of course, it's all cuss words and it's just hilarious. But yeah, I like them. And then also, one who doesn't cuss is Angela Johnson. Have y'all heard of
Hey,
her?
do you
thank
know
you for
who
coming.
right now
Yes, I
on
know Angela
YouTube has
Johnson
got to
well.
get together and do something? It's Team Skeptic and Irish Demon. It's Jay and Silent Bob.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh my God, dude. Oh shit.
That is true.
Holy shit.
Okay, now you named them, so now you got to tell them.
That's
Hey, we
gonna be
figured out.
that's. Oh, I'll tell them. Hey, I've got both of them to call me out in their live streams because Team Skeptic got so pissed at me the other night. He pulled up a Massel report and he was going off on Chile, and he's like, "Logan, send me! Oh, Logan! Oh, wait, that's Kate's stream. Never mind."
Mm. But one of them needs long hair, like mine. I mean, you got to have some hair to put it in a hat, and that way you can look like Jay. I mean, Silent Bob.
I'll donate mine. Y'all can sew it into the hat.
There you go. See, we could, I've got the hat on. Let's go.
Well, I've got plenty of hair. I have to worry about sitting on it now.
Oh, wow. No, mine's not that long. Now,
You know,
Mark's
I'm getting to that point. I really am.
good to see you.
When I was in the Navy, I bought one of
Silver
those
Fox, too.
trucker hats with a ponytail in it.
I got Irish Demon here with me as well.
Hey.
Cool.
Oh, if you want to show off T-shirts, look what I got.
Yeah, well, Irish Demon. So
You win.
Shirts. I'm wearing an old theater shirt that my daughter was in, so that's all I got. And I'm
Hey,
wearing an Oklahoma State Cowboy.
Amanda, can you pull it up so we can see it?
Yeah.
Wait, is Miss Mandy here?
No, but
Yeah.
She is now.
I think he wants you to pull it up higher.
I can't. Sorry, because I'm on my phone.
We'll tell you when to stop.
Hey, I tried.
Them old bastards.
ACA's here. What's up, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Mysteries.
Okay, this
I
looks
got
really, this looks
one
really
of the
dodgy.
shirts.
I was just thinking, I got the name as Furry Pussy from when I had the cat, and then I changed the picture to Miss Mandy. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Don't make me pull up here with a Klondike bar. You know I got 6 of them in the freezer.
Actually, that sounds really good. I don't know what we're doing for dinner, but I think we have one left. But it's the sandwich. It's not the one that has the chocolate all over it, but it's the sandwich bar.
Oh, I got the dark chocolate ones, and I had to choose between that and the sandwich. And I'm like, what would make Mandy melt? So I
The
went with dark chocolate.
Yeah. Good choice. Yeah, I think on our next food order, I think that's what I'm gonna ask for. Is
I'm
more
bummed they're
contact dark.
discontinuing the Choco Taco.
Oh, those
That
are
thing
good.
was good.
Those are really good. But anytime you guys are talking about ice cream, that's when I want it. It's like I want to go to Brahms here where we have and get a Butterfinger mix. So good. Oh my.
Brahms, you say?
Yes.
Oh my god, I love their 5 cheeseburger.
You probably went to the same one I went to, the one off of the 35 there in Fort Worth.
No, there's another Brahms on 20, 820
Ah,
South.
Oh, I thought it was just here in Oklahoma. I didn't think they expanded to.
they have some in Texas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's Brahms in Texas for
Well,
sure.
it's kind of like Dairy Queen. That was the only time that we used to be able to get Dairy Queen was going to Texas all the time, and then finally we got one in Moore, and it's so good. I love their blizzards too.
I've been to Moore
Mm-hmm.
and Norman.
Oh,
We
okay.
have a Dairy Queen out in Sespe, which is basically down the road and around the corner from the town I live in. And it was one of the drive-in Dairy Queens.
Yes,
they come out.
They got a Foster's Freeze there in well, I don't think it's Foster's Freeze anymore, but over by the park by Royal High School, there was a Foster's Freeze there forever.
I know exactly the one you're talking about. It is on Royal Avenue, and when Foster's left, it turned into a drive-through liquor store. Which, yes, we actually did have those in California at one time. And now it's I believe it's an upholstery shop.
Yeah. Well, I guess you'd call it my hometown in California is Rosamond, which is north of Lancaster. They still have a Foster's Freeze there on the main drag.
Rosamond is where my scout troop used to do our desert hikes.
Oh yeah, that's a good place for that.
That's really good. I guess
you remember the desert getting lit on fire around 1983?
No, I was overseas in the service at that time.
Okay. Hey guys, we need to say hello to a few people who are here, which is Mystery Solvent Theater.
Hey, Kick.
And also commentator, who I say, commander, and Keeping It Criminals here. Thank you.
I know that guy.
I have your shirt on, Kick.
Hey. I know Kick's awesome. Thanks for doing what you're doing, man.
Oh, yeah.
Plus his wife.
I love the love letters for Chili. It's just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Logan, if you're
I love Mrs. Kick. I think she's awesome, and I love watching her and Miss Mandy together in their live streams. It is very cool.
If you're friends with Tawny, we're friends on Discord. We can hook up somehow through her, maybe.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, because we're all on Discord. So if you want to say hello or friend us, we would be happy to get to know.
And my Discord's so small, I don't have to worry about people popping in and whatnot. I don't even use the dang thing. I don't know how.
No, I understand.
I am so trying to figure out Discord, and I'm somebody who actually has a degree in computer information systems, and I'm like, come on, man, it's just a freaking program. Why is this making me pull my hair out?
Hey, Ironton Auditor.
Hey, Terry, how are you, buddy?
I'll screw with Discord later. Hi, Terry.
If Mark could put his Discord link back up, I unjoined a whole bunch of them by accident recently.
Oh, I got Mark's here.
Okay, put it up, and I'll rejoin his, and we can hook up to his.
Yeah. I can do it in private chat.
Well, if you put it on the YouTube, and I guess let's see.
I can't do it on the.
I gotta work on that to figure out how to get some mods. So
yeah, I mean, I'm the only mod. I'm the only mod over there.
Yes, you are.
You just click on their name. You just click on that 3 dots at the end of their name, and you can add them as moderators. Yeah, I'm the only moderator on here, and I'm not even.
Yeah.
Nobody's over here causing any trouble, so I'm getting my job done.
Yeah.
Hey, Logan, can you DM? I don't think I'm in your server.
I don't have a server.
Well, you need to make
not in
one.
it, man.
You need to make one.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I've added Logan to my server or my friends. I need to do that too. Like I said, I really
everybody's got Mark. We can let's use Mark as the hub right now. Sorry, buddy, but
Yes.
I live in the San Fernando Valley. Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm.
You're gonna be the fifth man.
I'm getting gangbanged in a hub.
if you ever use AOL, you should be able to use Discord.
That's funny. Nah, I mean, this
check if
kind of
Mark
weird.
server.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was just saying I need somebody to check if I'm in Mark's server because that's how I hung up myself a minute ago trying to get my phone to do 2 things at once.
Yeah, just have him direct message you because that'll be the easier way to join. If your phone's not
Well, I've got I got my Discord link in the
private chat.
In the private chat.
Hey.
I don't see your name on Mark's Discord because I just joined it. I don't see your name there. And a Cheeto. Whatever.
Hey,
Is that who was
Yeah,
talking?
that's something. I'm not sure if I'm in Mark. I know I'm in commentators and effing lawyer, but not Mark.
Mark's a cool guy. He's
there he is.
He's our little Brit brat.
Well, I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I wish we could play that video. That video is hilarious. I love when his eyes look away.
Oh, I can bring it up.
I know.
I don't know anybody who's got a copyright strike on it yet. So.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
No, but thank you guys Tawny, thank you for having us. So we appreciate it. And then we appreciate everyone who's coming into chat. So thank you.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is fun.
StreamYard, share, screen.
And I'll have to check later. I don't want to disconnect myself again.
I've done that too, especially since if you're on the phone, it's so much easier to accidentally disconnect.
Oh no, I'm a tech dinosaur. I'm very stupid. Like right now, you ain't gonna believe it, but the screen's frozen, so you're not even on my screen right now, man. I have to turn around and watch the TV to see what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Are you watching on YouTube or StreamYard?
You don't need to see my face anyway, so you're good. You're good.
I've got the video up on StreamYard. I just need Tani to click on it so that it'll bring it up.
All right, where do I go?
On the options, you should see 2. I'm here live. I'm not a cat, and one of them will be the actual video. It's great.
What did I say about mentioning a Klondike bar? Look who's in the chat.
No.
I've heard rumors that if you say Klondike,
I
3
love
times,
that kitty. So cute. Samar,
No, I don't know, Mandy. Let's give it a try.
Well, if you're not paying for it, you can only have 6.
Yeah, if Miss Mandy wants to come up, I can always come down.
Me too. Anybody else?
I got to go get a beer. So
apparently, I'm a massive cat.
We're
Very cute cat.
it's after 4:20 in California, and we're rapidly approaching 5. So yeah, I need to get another beer. If you want me to drop down, I can do it.
Well, right now everybody's watching me.
Mandy's like, no, don't do that.
We're mesmerized by that cat picture.
What cat?
All right,
Okay.
I'm getting the beer. I'll be right back.
Okay, I can drop down so that way Miss Mandy can come up. Okay.
Tani, do you know the button that you pushed to get me big?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Push
It said
it
that
again.
Miss Mandy is only able to stay for a
The
few.
one that's in the top left-hand
So don't do
corner of
that.
my little thing on the bottom.
Okay.
There we go. That's it. Okay. No, push it. Push it again. There we go. That's
Okay.
it. Right. Can you see the picture of my screen?
Yeah.
It'll come out and right. Click on the picture of my screen to add it to the screen.
Okay.
It should show the "I'm not cat" video in the thumbnail.
Love the I'm not a cat.
I see.
On the bottom where everybody is, it should have my screen showing, and you need to add that like you would add somebody to the stream.
Yeah, there should be one in black and white, and everybody else is
Welcome
in
back.
color.
I'm getting really tired of stairs.
That's my art.
I'm not seeing this.
You might have to scroll down.
Well, I got you up here.
Yeah.
You should see another bot.
You should see another. Another screen that has also got my name on it. That actually looks like the cat. I'm not a cat video.
All right. Let me see. Yeah, go there. There we go.
And if you click on that, it will, just like you're bringing up a person, it'll bring the screen up.
Let me see. Oh, I think I found it.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the one. Right.
Good job, Tony.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take
We're
a look.
trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
Watch Jerry.
I can see that. I think if you click the up arrow next to this.
I love that. And it's funny because the guy on top, he looks like, KFC. And then the one that's next to him reminds me of the choir guy in the Vicar of Dibley.
Do you know, it was actually the judge that released that footage because during lockdown he thought everybody needed to laugh. So he was like, right, you can have this, and he was the one that put it on YouTube.
I'm glad he did.
You know, the guy that did it was doing it on purpose.
I love that. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I'm here live.
He's looking away. Oh my God, the cat eyes.
And the way that as soon as he realizes he's a cat on screen, his eyes widen up and he's looking down.
Yeah.
Just, I'm not a cat. I mean, it's like his eyes get really big. I love it.
And when
the only thing that would have made that more funny is if the judge had said, "We know you're not a cat. Cat can't talk."
Go, meow. Yes.
He actually won his case, though. It's quite funny. He went on to win.
I'm good.
Rock on, dude. If you came back from that and won the case, I want to hire him.
Good day. Yeah. He must
I
be
hear his new name in the streets is Cat Daddy.
Cat Daddy.
Cat Daddy. That's funny.
Hey, have you guys seen that video? They have a YouTube channel, Talking Animals, and it's the guy who's like, you know, I got the hamburger and I mixed up. You know what I did with it? No. What'd you do? I gave it to
I know what
the
you're
cat.
talking about.
That one. I see Cat Daddy and I'm thinking the talking dog, and it's like, oh my God, we need to get a cartoon.
Mhm.
And then
He
I
does.
gave it to
My
the cat.
favorite one is where that turtle is messing with that dog. I done told you to stop fucking with me. That dog's losing his mind. The turtle won't stop biting him.
On I think, was it NCR stream last night? We were watching some of those.
I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was NCR's.
There's one where this little terrier, he just got a bath and he's just he's so pissed off.
Oh no.
So
Well, I
it's
love
like-
the commercial. I mean, the YouTube on, and this is what even Damien was talking about the other day
Good.
in Cat stream. But it's
Good.
Stephen
Yeah, Archangel's in
Stephen
there.
E or something like that. He's hilarious because he plays all the different characters, and especially the dad. And he's like emotional damage. You know, it's just, I love it. And he's like, wait a minute, you didn't make a 90, you just made a 99 on the test. You didn't make 100 like your cousin. I can't do the Chinese accent very well. But anyway, he's always comparing him to his cousin. And he's like, your cousin's 9 and has 4 jobs. And so mhm.
Now I'm thinking the Jamaican Family on Saturday Night Live. I got to go to my other job.
Oh my gosh.
You lazy,
Yeah.
you only got 6 job.
Yeah.
That's right. Now come on over and order, and your order will be ready in 10 minutes, okay? That's what one of our favorite restaurants, which finally opened back up. Today's their reopening day, which thank God, because they have the best sweet and sour chicken ever.
Well, you got head on fire. We got head on fire. Very good, very good.
Yeah, it's very.
You want cream samyang, guy? Okay, very good, very good.
What about steamed rice? We need some steamed rice and
Light nicer, light nicer. Hey, I'm not saying I can do a Chinese accent, but dude, I was stationed in Korea for 2 years. I got that one down.
But you know what? They work hard. I mean, they work very, very, very hard. So I applaud all the people who work all the jobs that Americans don't want to work.
Have you seen those videos and
my people,
the Asian guys, and they're doing shit in their backyard, and it's like, my God, it's just phenomenal. I mean, they're making do with so much with so little, and it's like, wow.
Yep. They are.
Maddie's asking you a question.
Yes. That is the guy. He is hilarious. He does have a lot of subscribers, but if you need to go check him out just for a good laugh, so Maddie, yes, definitely highly recommend him.
Oh, hey, can I give an unnecessary shout out to somebody that I don't even know, but he's funny as hell?
Sure. Well, actually, this is Tawny.
Steve Hofstetter. He's on YouTube. He puts stuff out. He's a redhead, and his whole comedic shtick is he takes on hecklers. So
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
he's
him.
good.
Oh, he's great. Oh, what's his name? I know exactly who you're talking about. I watch him on Facebook all the time.
Oh yeah, no, he's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that. Steve Hofstetter.
Yeah.
Und ja, ist ein Deutscher. So.
Yeah, he's quite funny.
Yeah.
I've heard that name. I just can't recall the voice right.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, he has to be for me to remember the name.
Yeah. He's funny.
Yeah, Logan, you may have to DM that to me so that way I can subscribe to him because
All right.
I didn't get a chance to write anything down.
All right. Hang on a second.
Okay.
I'm subscribed to him, so I'll go ahead and pull his channel up, and I'll just drop a link. How's that?
That sounds perfect. Thank you.
I'll put it in the private chat.
Okay.
Cool.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Logan.
And then Donnie, you can go ahead and share it in the public chat. I'm not trying to keep anybody out of this.
I can.
Oh, there's Amanda's channel. Woohoo! All right, come on, guys.
Oh, somebody dropped.
Okay, here we go.
Somebody step down, Miss Mandy. You might want to try to come up again.
Let's see.
That's what I was trying to avoid right there.
Private chat. Control V. There you go. Boom.
There it is.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I pushed something that I didn't mean to.
Did you have a
Yeah,
screen
the back button is auto disconnect. I figured that one out already.
Yeah, I wasn't even trying to push that. I was just trying to push the comments, and it kicked me out.
Huh.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to take a picture of this. And that way, I'll definitely go to it.
I've been getting a lot of recommendations for old Mitch Hedberg comedy routines. That dude was hilarious. But you can tell that he had a major problem with stage fright.
Yeah, that's the number one fear, is talking in front of people anyway, which,
well,
the
first comedy routine I seen him, he wears his hair real long, and he would have his hair in front of his face, and whenever he would start connecting with the audience, he would brush his hair back for a while, and he'd talk, and he'd get real bold and everything, and then whenever the stage fright hit him again, you'd see his hair back in front of his face. It's like, man, that dude's got some obvious stage fright there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I loved his bit about Visine because he didn't want to be classified as a swimmer.
Well, and also like Sia, she did the same thing. The singer, she's always covered up too, or will turn around and sing and not face the audience.
Well, the band Steely Dan, they hired a singer because let's see, it's Donald Fagen. Steely Dan was basically Donald Fagen and Walter Becker, and they were college buddies. And there was a lot of people in and out of that band, but when they first started doing live and this and that, Donald Fagen had really bad stage fright, so they had to hire another singer. And I guess after a while, there was like, man, that guy's a terrible singer. It wasn't really that bad. Some of their biggest hits he sang.
Night, Miss Mandy.
He definitely got over his stage fright, though.
Okay. Good night, Miss Mandy. And love to you too.
Another Mitch comedy bit was talking about
Mitch Hedberg.
He was talking about food and how he realized a salad was a sandwich. Some assembly required.
I like the one where he said he was at a restaurant and he was waiting to be seated, and they were going through the names, and then they go some family, Thomas family of 5. A couple minutes later, Thomas family of 5. Oh, party of 5. And then after the third time and they didn't answer, he goes, then they said, oh, Jones family, party of 5. And he goes, screw the Jones family. We need to send out a search party for the other family. Where did they go?
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, we should be more concerned about that. Were they kidnapped? Yeah, he definitely had his sense of humor went along well with mine.
I know now that everyone's talking about food. I'm getting hungry. I don't even know what we're having for dinner.
Archangel's having cordon bleu, and commentator auditor is having jambalaya. You fucking assholes are torturing
yeah,
me,
that's
man.
some good shit.
I'm thinking about making chilaquiles.
Well, Mark, what did you have for dinner since you're the future man?
That's right. He's 8 hours ahead.
I have a cheese sandwich.
Oh.
Comfort food.
Did you have soup with it, or did you have chips or crisp, as y'all say?
Hey,
I
had
have
a cheese sandwich.
I have a cheese sandwich.
I'm
Yeah,
not going
No beans or tomato puree or whatever that stuff is you guys eat.
Hey,
No,
you know what? Mark
just
said something a little earlier about army beans.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't have any clue what an army bean is, but in the States, we have Navy beans.
Yeah.
Navy they're beans, just baked beans, but with I swear, extra sugar in them because they were very sweet. Well,
sounds like baked beans here.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like some Boston baked beans to me.
Hey, Mark, did you read what commentator said?
Yep, I'm just trying to. There we go.
I think he's trying to eat his cheese sandwich, y'all.
But I do want to try
to get
spotted
fire.
dick. So, Mark, I may send you money, and that way you can send us some because I really want to try it. Because I don't think we can buy it here.
You get it off of Amazon. But
Yeah,
I think Mark's probably the only one who can get the Heinz brand. We can't get the Heinz brand off of Amazon. We have to get another brand. But anyway, yeah.
It sounds like Heinz would be the more trustworthy one.
Oh, I've got red onion in it. That's what I got.
Got red onion in it. Okay.
Sandwich.
There's Mark.
You know, you can get a Wiener Schnitzel chili, cans of it, like off the internet or through their website or nothing. I wish I could get original Tommy's chili somehow. That's some good stuff, right?
You got a P.O. box? I got an original Tommy's around the corner.
I got
Last time I went back to California, that was one of the places I was going to stop, and I forgot. So, son of a bitch.
Man, Tommy's is 100% guaranteed heartburn and a trip to the bathroom the next day. But at 2 a.m., sometimes you just need that heartburn.
Yeah, I used to live by the Tommy's in Van Nuys, across the street from the Budweiser. I used to eat over there all the time.
Full student diet.
I was in a fraternity house at Cal State Northridge. I know that Tommy's very fucking well.
Oh yeah, you're probably familiar with Cupid's hot dogs then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some good shit right there. Especially that one right across from Cal State Northridge. That's the best one of all of them.
Oh man.
I'm relocated Texan. I miss my Wolf brand chili. They don't sell it here in Washington State.
Wow. Not even at Walmart?
No. They have Nally's and I forget what the other one is.
Dennison's probably. Hormel.
Yeah, the Hormel one is the one I get, but oh my god, it's so.
I
fucking
like
bad.
Hormel chili. Thank you very much.
I do. It's all right.
I grew up on
Good
Wolf
stuff.
Brand.
I like bland chili anyway, sort of, so doesn't bother me any. I
Oh
don't like
man,
a lot of
I make
chunk in
my
my
own
chili.
chili. I make my own.
Yeah, I had to learn how to make my own a couple years back because I was missing chili. I'm a big Frito pie consumer. I
Oh
love
hell
Frito.
yeah!
Oh, man,
I
that's
want to hear Tawny's
good
chili
too.
recipe.
Yeah, I was just asking my husband what we're having for dinner, and we don't know yet. But Frito chili pie does sound really good.
In the high
Oh, if
desert,
you
they
bake
call
it,
them pepper bellies.
Hmm.
I don't know how many other places call them that, but up there, that the pepper belly. They
now,
call them there, and you've heard of the pepper belly too.
Oh yeah, I'm not that far away from the hot desert, bro.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Approximately 65 miles would be my guess. When we first moved up to the Antelope Valley, I actually worked in Westlake Village, so
35
I used
miles.
to cut. I used to cut through your area to get there. So you said, you were mentioning something about you lived near the little house on the prairie? Did you live up somewhere off Tapo Canyon, that area, somewhere in there?
No, I literally grew up right next to Simi High School. My best friend lived up off of Bennett Road in Tapo Canyon.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and as a matter of fact, his house was right on the other side of the hill where they had the outdoor set.
Yeah.
You know, if you ever saw Little House on the Prairie and you saw little Laura Ingalls running through the wheat, that's where they
Yeah.
filmed it, right up on the other side of that hill. So yeah.
Yeah, they were actively filming there when I was in high school. So we every once in a while we take a trip up there. Get caught, they just throw you out. As long as they didn't catch you vandalizing the place.
Yeah, I've been thrown out more than once.
You know, I did a lot of sneaking into Hopetown. I can remember when the sets were still all there.
Yes, and if there's anybody listening, that's where the old Tarzan movies with Johnny Weissmuller were filmed. So if you've ever seen that and seen him diving into that lagoon or whatever, that thing is literally 3 feet tall and it's made out of plaster of Paris. And right behind that, over your left shoulder, is Clayton Moore, the Lone Ranger's silver mine.
huh?
You know, I ought to take a camera down there and show you guys pictures of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they filmed Once Upon a Time in Hollywood there in the back where they had filmed what the hell was that, Fort Apache or something? They actually filmed that there at the what do they call that, Santa Susana Park, County Park or something now?
Santa Susana Park.
Yeah. I've been up there since that. Yeah. I got busted. I got busted at the train tunnel like 4 times when I was a teenager.
Stay the fuck out of that train tunnel, man.
I've been all the way through it several times.
There is no warning when a train shows up. You do not want to be looking at the headlight on the train in the freaking tunnel.
But I'll tell you what, I've been almost out the door, and suddenly a train turned the corner, and man, we was running our asses off, and we missed the first cubby hole. We were running so fast, and we jumped into the second one, and one of our buddies was kind of lagging behind, and the train was already in the tunnel. Man, he's running and grabbed his arm, yanked him in there, and we were getting ready to leave, and one of those inspector cars, the train slowed down. And they called one of those inspector cars to come catch us in there. But they stopped at the cubby hole before the one we were in and looked in there. And they said, should we look in the next one? They says, no, we got to get out of here. There's another train coming.
I bet y'all took off running too.
All right, Amanda. I'm a dare off screen. Hang on, guys.
It's okay.
Yeah, you know where Stony Point is, Logan, on top of Topanga Canyon.
Yes, and
Uh,
so somebody talked to Amanda. She's going to need a nice friend as soon as she gets done.
I was up there one time with some buddies, and they kept laughing, and I was like, "What the hell's so funny?" And they're like, and then one of them sticks his finger in my mouth, and I'm like, "What are you doing, man? You lost your fucking mind." And suddenly I realized there was something in my mouth, and when I pulled it out, it's a little piece of paper with the like "Keep on Trucking" dude on it.
Yeah.
And I realized what he'd done, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And next thing I know, I'm in the train tunnel, and it just dawned on me. It's like, this is not the place to be tripping balls like that. I think I ran all the way from the train tunnel back to Topanga Canyon without even slowing down.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude had stuffed a shit of acid in my mouth. What's that?
Hey, you know what's up on Stony Point right now?
It's
a church. And they.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about the rock formation on the other side of the highway.
Yeah.
I know where that Rocky Peak Church is. Yeah, it's right across the street from Spawn Ranch.
Yes, it is. Hey, which is right up the hill from where they filmed Star Trek with James Kirk and the Gorn.
I thought, isn't that Vasquez Rocks out in on the 14?
No, that episode is filmed right down there in Chatsworth Park.
Yeah. Well, they filmed a lot of shit around in that area because you got that Iverson movie ranch.
Yep.
You had Spawn Ranch. There was a couple other movie ranches in there.
Don't forget Hummingbird Ranch. That used to be a World War II rest and relaxation area that they've done some filming up there too.
I know there's one in Bell Canyon also.
Hey, don't forget, if you guys are into horror movies, you ever see Poltergeist?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I was filmed in
that house is literally 4 blocks away from where I went to junior high school.
Yeah, I saw where it says it's for sale right now, like $875,000. It's like, damn.
Ooh, I better check Zillow. Then I might be getting some pretty pennies for my house.
Yeah, the property values in Simi. My parents bought their last house in Simi in 1975 for $50,000, and last time I checked, that house appraised for like $650,000.
Wow.
Over by Royal High School, just a 4-bedroom, 2-bath tract house. Nothing fancy about it. It's like, damn.
That's down the road from where I live. I'm not joking, man. I have to drive past that to go over to my mom's house.
Yeah, I remember when they did that, and they said they thought that the people were inspired by. Remember when they built the big city park over off of Royal and Erringer? It was called
Rancho
Simi Park. Yeah. Well, when they dug up the
lake in there where you could go catfish fishing.
Right. When they dug that up, they said that some coffins or something came up out of the bottom of it, and they said that, that little cemetery that's right next to the park. Yep. They said that cemetery used to go out into that park, and they just. I have a nephew buried there.
Fun little fact: if you like tree frogs, that's where they live. Go out there, find a gopher hole, pull one up, and you will get a handful of little tiny tree frogs.
Yeah, I did a lot of partying in that park when I was a teenager.
Okay, we have not passed the statute of limitations on the partying when we were kids, so shh, be quiet on that.
Yeah.
Hey, Tawny, is Amanda okay? Do you know?
I can't see her on screen. It's just blank.
Okay.
Hopefully her husband's home.
Yeah. I'm not going to speak for Amanda, but to me that looked like it was a grand mal seizure.
That's what I was thinking too.
I went to elementary school with a girl who had epilepsy, and I remember she had a seizure in class, and then we had a doctor come in, and you got to let the person go through it. And when they come out of it, they're going to be very confused, and they need a friend to just, hey, you're okay. It's all right. And I'm really hoping her husband's home to do that.
Yeah, my ex had those quite often, and she said it was caused by she had a brainstem tumor, but she actually got lucky and she got to go to one of those cancer places where they did this thing called cyber knife, and they got rid of the tumor in her brainstem. But the doctor took me to the side and says, all those symptoms that she said she has that she's blaming on that brainstem tumor. She says that's none of that stuff could be happening there. But after she took like a year to completely recover from the surgery, but she's never had a seizure since.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, it worked somehow. Yeah, she used to get set off by cop lights, like cop car. I got pulled over one time, and that was the first time she went in front of me.
Do you remember in the 90s, there was a Japanese anime that was very popular?
Oh, yeah.
For some reason was causing people to have and it was mostly kids, because who watches anime besides me?
It was the flashing lights from it.
Yeah. No, that'll do it. And hey, I've got a couple of cop flashlights that has a strobe on them. Yeah, those will absolutely make you pause and give you a second or two.
There was actually a video from the Alan Parsons Project that made me have some type of I don't think I had a seizure, but it was something like that. It made me black out. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the hell was that? She said it was that video you were watching. She said all of a sudden you were like mesmerized by the screen, and then bonk. I don't know. Maybe that was one of them creeper buzzes I was waiting for from the early 70s. Yeah, that's some creeper weed. It hit me like 20 years later.
Either that or you can hold your breath for a very long time, my friend.
Yeah, it was weird, man. I remember it started making me feel sick, like nauseous. And I was like, wow, man, I should probably turn this off.
I hope Amanda is not listening to this right now. This is not what she needs to hear.
Yeah, most likely not.
Yeah, let's talk about the train tunnel again with the fucking light coming at you. Yeah, there you go.
The train tunnel, man, that place was a trip. I think it's like a couple miles long.
Mile and a quarter.
Oh, is it? Okay. And in the middle of it, there's a gigantic big like room in there. We were going to camp in there one night.
It's a doorway. That's too crazy. And guess what? If you get halfway through and you hear the train coming, get in that fucking doorway.
Yeah. Well, they have every 100, I think it's every 100 feet or something. They have these little cubby holes. They go in about 3 feet. They're about 6 foot high, like 6 foot across. Yeah, I've had to hide in those lots of times when the train came.
Yeah, you know what I know the room you're talking about. You know what it smells like? Tobacco, weed, and piss.
Yeah, especially the piss part.
Oh.
Yeah, that place got to stinking about. You'd heard of that Stoner's Den though before, hadn't you?
No, I've never heard of Stoner's Den.
Oh wow! Yeah, okay, all right, I gotcha.
Yeah, no, never. No.
No.
Yeah, that place was a trip, man. It's not. I mean, it's not really.
First rule of Stoner's Den is we don't talk about Stoner's Den.
It's just where rocks have fallen into like a canyon, I guess you'd call it, then filled up with dirt. But there's one
those
part
rocks
of
are
it.
sandstone, by the way. Oh, I'm sorry. What's
Yeah.
first rule of Stoner's Den?
There's one part where it's called the slides, and you're literally like in between these
Shut
two
up!
gigantic rocks.
You're bringing up memories, dude.
Oh my God. Yeah, when I saw people going through it here a couple years ago, I was like, stay out of that place.
Hmm. Do you remember Stowe Hill?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and on the top of Stowe Hill was Hang Glider Hill.
Yep.
I used to catamaran on a skateboard down Stowe Hill right through Cochran Street, and I am surprised that I am still breathing, because that was some stupid kid shit.
You know where the road is from Box Canyon that leads over to the old Santa Susana Field Laboratory?
Yes.
It's called the North American Cutoff. We used to go down that on bicycles and catamarans. We were some crazy ass kids.
Yeah.
Surprised nobody ever got killed there.
Guess where my house is? Runkle Canyon. The Santa Susana Field Laboratory apparently was leaking radiation, and it comes down right in the back of my house.
Yeah, a lot of the stories that people tell about that are exaggerated, though. Yeah, it was. They actually had some type of a nuclear accident up there at one point. You know, they got houses built within like a half mile of there now.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of crap up there.
Here, let me pick up my computer and go look out my back window. You can see the houses that they're building.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's how close I am.
They're building houses way up into the. Pretty soon there'll be no space between, Thousand Oaks, all that stuff. There's just going to be houses everywhere. It's inevitable.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, I remember this town when the police force first started. They just celebrated 50 years. And I remember they came out and they had white cars and light blue shirts.
The community safety agents.
3 of them.
Yep.
That's it. Now they are a professional police force.
Yeah. Both of my older brothers had plenty of run-ins with the community safety agency. One time that my brother and his wife got in a fight, and my sister-in-law called the cops on him, and they started following him, and he turned into at that time where like Cuner and LA Avenue, all that was just all fields, and he turned in there and he ran.
I know exactly what you're talking. Yep, it was walnut trees, dude.
he bailed down the dirt road down there, and one of the cops went around and waited there on Catherine for him, and he had a little Morris Minor convertible, and he just rammed into the side of the cop car and gets out and runs up into the hills. And eventually he turned himself in, and the judge said, I got a question for the officer here. He goes, why did you start following this guy in the first place? Well, he said, that doesn't sound like probable cause to me. And they made the city of Simi Valley pay for the damages to my brother's car, even though he rammed into the side of a cop car. Yeah, it was, and that then I had to live there another 4 years, so that was really pleasant. Hey, ain't you that guy? Ain't your brother that guy that rammed into the cop car and got away with it? Yeah.
No, sir.
No, just because I have a very uncommon name, I'm not related to that guy.
Yeah, it's like me. They know mine on site. Mr. Maldonado. So they've been dealing with my dad.
Get the accent right. It's Maldonado. Is that you?
Well, no, me and my dad both had the same name, so they knew us real quick. We both drove almost identical cars. He had a black town car. I had a white town car, but we both had town cars.
I grew up with a lot of people with the last name of Maldonado, but none of them sounded like you.
The Cali Mexicans have a different tone to their voice.
Yes, they certainly do.
They call everybody Holmes, and they say, I can do the voice. But Tyler Holmes, I don't like going.
The dude that really irritates me is that silence boy, sidewalk boy, whatever the hell they call him. Every time I hear that guy's voice, I want to kill him.
His name's Richard Aguirre.
Yeah, that guy. He's an idiot.
Unfortunately, he lives really close to me.
That one time where he was messing with them cops and he went over to where that other SA dude was waiting for the bus and the dude was about to whoop his ass and he had to run back over to the cops for help. It's like, God, it's pathetic. You're just over there harassing those cops and now you're over there going, protect me.
They pulled the chili.
And then the one time where they beat up his buddy, I think it was the Kern County dude. They was beating him up. And then the dudes that were beating him up were going, you want some of this? He's like, no, I don't want none of that.
No, that was it wasn't Kern County. It was another dude, and that was at the Tampico Spice Company in East LA. And
I was told it was that dude.
And Silence Boy was the one filming it, and the dude comes out and says, hey, you gonna get your partner? You gonna help him out? And he's like, no, I'm filming.
No, I'm not getting involved in that.
Oh, I remember that one.
Oh yeah.
You know what? And I know there's a big stink going on, but I saw that one on Dr. Dave's channel.
Oh yeah.
Say all good or bad you want about Dr. Dave. He actually covers the frauditors who live near me. So I watch his stuff.
Yeah. Well, my brother's not really into this community here, but he watches Dr. Dave, and he was asking me the other day, he goes, what's the deal with Dr. Dave, man? Why is he turning on these other people? I don't know, man. They started fucking with him first, kind of. From my viewpoint, that's what happened. But I'm not an insider of the what used to be called the watchdog community.
I hate labels. I've never called myself a watchdog, part of a community or nothing.
Well, now I've been told that the correct term is anti-frauditor community.
Oh, have I been saying it wrong? My bad.
I don't know. What do you say?
Actually, I guess I was going with anti-frauditor.
Yeah, when I first started watching it, the few years ago, they was referring to everybody as watchdog community.
Well, it started off as what? First Amendment auditors, and then watchdog community, then cop watchers, and then the term frauditor got coined. And now, I guess anti-frauditor. It's like, yeah, if you're going to be out there instigating problems, you're not being a journalist. So,
no, that's basically all they do. They just
hey, you got Ironton Auditor in the chat, and for someone who is out there doing it, Terry is the one who's doing it right.
Yes, I agree 100%. I've seen like different videos, and bro, he's the only one that does it, right. He's not all.
Well, there's probably some other people, but they're not popular. You don't see them because they're not. There's no conflict. There's no bullshit going on, and they're.
Well, I know why I don't see them because I like to, put a label on myself. I'm the point and laugh at stupid crowd. That's me. And if you're not causing a scene or whatever, I'm not going to know about you at all. I am a lazy YouTuber. I do not search. I expect somebody else to do it for me.
Yeah, I'm good friends with Kick, and I'm always getting on him about how he attracts the torch and pitchfork crowd.
Yes, he does. But that's what I'm saying.
It's really carried away. It's like,
yeah,
you need to calm them people down, man.
Yeah, the Kick is the perfect example of what I'm talking about. See, if you're out there auditing and doing it and whatnot, standing up for the freedom and rights that we have, that's fine. But don't become the story and say you're a journalist trying to film it. Bro, you're starting it.
Yeah, that's what most of them do.
Right. And the only one I really don't see, there's a couple, but the only name I know is because, I chat with him pretty regularly is Iron. Mr. Ironton Auditor right there. Ever
Yeah,
since he showed up on the scene, he's always been cool.
I'm familiar with him.
Yeah. Like right now, see, he's always been cool. He, doesn't try to stir up the shit.
Tawny,
Yeah.
Terry wants to come up.
Who?
Ironton Auditor. He would like to come up.
Sure. There you go.
Damn it.
Full disclosure, I'm still not a cat.
Good honey.
Yeah, I haven't heard him say that in a while. Must be staying off the sauce.
Yeah,
I gotta admit, man, I haven't drank as much alcohol as I watched you drink in a couple hour period. I hadn't drank that much alcohol in a long time, like 30 years.
I didn't think it was hitting me until I tried to get up, and that was it. Like,
the last
done.
Swear to God, the last time I saw that much alcohol consumed at one point, I was stationed in Korea 30 years ago.
I was going to ask you what branch of the service were you in?
Air Force.
Was you anywhere near Busan?
Halfway up the country, I was in Daegu.
Now I got a great nephew. I was in the Navy. I got a great nephew that was in the Army. But he's like in the southern part of when he's up in the South Korea. He's in the southern part.
Okay,
but
Busan's in the southern part.
What's that?
Busan is in the southern part of South Korea.
There was some Air Force base that they would ship us from wherever the hell we were at there in the.
That's Osan.
Yeah, we'd go over there, and then we'd end up at this other place. There was
that's where they all land.
We would go to Texas Street and Green Street, and I don't.
A-Town.
No. I won't mention what went on in those places.
You don't have to, brother.
Hey everybody, how you doing tonight?
Not too bad.
Ooh. Y'all were talking about the auditors that kind of goaded me into coming up and speaking with you a bit. How's everybody doing?
Cool.
Hey, Terry.
I will admit my channel can be quite boring. That's because I don't go out and try to instigate anything. I just try to show you what happens, right? There's a lot of people out there who have the right ideas, and I believe their heart is in the right spot. However, maybe sometimes the methods that they use will do more harm than they will in protecting the First Amendment. If that makes sense. I believe that you should exercise your rights anytime that you see fit, but I ask you to do it responsibly. Yeah, I've heard of, auditing. I've even heard of people auditing churches and things like that. And I'm like, how does that protect the First Amendment for the average American?
Mm-hmm. The ones that audit libraries crack me up.
I look at it this way. It's like they're brats that grew up that way. Like at 8 or 9, they just quit developing mentally. And this is the end result of that.
Hey, Terry,
it was Silence Boy that audited a funeral.
Oh, yeah, he's a jackass.
Jesus. Mm-hmm. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. What purpose does that serve?
Terry, I want to say this. You believe it or not, I don't care if you don't have 1 million subscribers. You should. You absolutely showed that, these tyrants have a really boring freaking job. And then when they have to get loud, it's usually because something's happening. You do it right.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And the funny thing is I get almost no support from the auditor side of the community. I get support from the least place expected, and that's from the auditor hating side of the community. I think they support me more than anybody in the auditing community. I find that interesting.
Well,
That gives you
maybe
the
I
auditor
can.
for that.
Maybe I can explain that a little better. See, as somebody who laughs at frauditors, I don't like their method. So yeah, that's why we do it. And if you do it, in a positive way like you do, absolutely, we're going to support you. Hey, at least you're doing something and you're doing it properly.
Well, I sure do appreciate the support. And, a lot of times people talk about me like, this, that, and the other. I don't feel anything great, man. I'm just a guy with a camera. I just went out to show what was going on. I heard some bad stuff and I wanted to go see for myself, So I allowed my camera to show you what I seen. You got to hear what I hear. And I tried very, very hard not to be like others and lead a narrative as to what I thought or what I assumed or what I perceived was happening on scene, so that everyone gets to make up their own minds, rather than just agreeing because Ironton Auditor had said so, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense, but I can elaborate on that just a little bit further. You're showing what's happening without adding your commentary to spin it, to get whoever's watching to think a different way.
Right. I want them to be able to make their own conclusions. I expect their intelligence level to be able to make their own conclusions, instead of downing me because I didn't tell them what they seen. That doesn't seem to make any sense to me. I've never asked anyone to explain to me what I was looking at, So I just try to, if there's too much of that, I'll mute the video, I'll mute the sound and just watch the video. That way I can make my own conclusion.
That's what I'm saying too. It's like you get a lot of flack from that, oh god dang it, who is it? Their husband and wife team or whatever.
Oh yeah, you get a lot of that.
Yeah, and I see you like when you go to different streams or whatever, they're there too, and that immediately they just start talking shit. They start hounding you, and I'm like, bro, this ain't even the room for that. Take that somewhere else. But
well, I told him I told him to F off and told him that would be my last words to him, and so far it has been. I'm done with it. Done with the drama, done with the BS. It doesn't matter anyway. He asked a question. I gave him the answer. He didn't like the answer and didn't agree with the answer. So to him, I've never answered the question, and there's some big secret that he doesn't know because I won't tell him. That's just kind of the narrative that he seems to be leading, and I'm just not going to play with it anymore.
Those types will find a conspiracy in a sheet of paper that's blank.
That's a possibility. I'm not saying there's not bad stuff here. I've never said that. I just don't claim to know everything about everything, and I won't assume. And when I do have to make assumptions, I try not to make those public because I could be wrong. Until I have the proof, then I can't even prove it to myself. How can I prove it to you? One way or the other.
Drill instructor told me about the word assume.
Makes an ass out of you and me.
Exactly.
Right.
I love the Benny Hill explanation of it. That was just beautiful. Never use assume.
You talking about Benny Hill?
Yeah.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Now I'm showing my age.
Somebody cue the music.
Well, that goes to show what I watched as a child.
That is so funny because I was just watching some YouTube clips of the Benny Hill show. It's not been like 3 or 4 days ago. I'd seen some. I thought that is hilarious that you bring that up.
Yeah, when my father came
Great minds think alike.
He did not shoot kids out of the room. So there we are, 4 and 5 years old, watching Benny Hill.
His show was absolutely one of the funniest shows on TV at that time. I don't think anybody would argue with that. That was a hilarious show.
No argument.
There have been a couple other of those British comedies that are like really, really hilarious, but I don't know. I loved old Benny. Yeah, Logan, he pat that old bald guy on top of the head. Just, it was kind of like it's kind of like the no holds barred comedy of British comedies at the time. He went to the absolute extremes as far as he could go without actually going over the line. So that made it even funnier.
And he never dropped an S-bomb.
Right.
Yeah, try that these days.
Whatchamacallit? God damn it, I'm brain farting on the name. Eric Idle. What's he part of?
Monty Python.
Their humor can be a little difficult to understand sometimes.
Occasionally,
When I was
yeah.
younger, it's like I don't understand the humor in this.
Oh, I got it.
Benny Hill, he was easy to understand. He's a pervert,
Yeah, it was just visual stitch.
sex fiend.
Comic.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
thank you, Great Britain, for all the great comedy, and fuck off. We gave you guys Jerry Lewis. Oh wait, that was France.
I never found that dude funny. I found him
No,
annoying.
he's just annoying. And then when you come to find out
Nobody
later that
loves him.
he was a real prick in real life too.
Thank you
Nobody-
guys for being
nobody
with us
likes
out of the Revolutionary War. We gave you Jerry Lewis.
Hey guys, did you all cover the apology here? Did anyone mention that?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Chili's apology.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
showed it.
yeah, it was at the top of the show.
Okay, I missed it. I apologize. I was late coming in. I think I'm going to get on it probably tomorrow about 8. I might get on there myself and have something to say about it.
I mean, the consensus from this little panel, well, from me, is he's not sorry. He meant it when he said it. There's no other way around it.
Well, whether he meant it or not, he should not be so juvenile as to have to throw a tantrum to say it. I've said it. I said it on my stream the other night, and I'll say it one more time. He needs bent over a knee and have his little ass busted. That's exactly what he needs. Apparently, he's never had that. He needs someone to man him up a little bit and quit acting like a 9-year-old when you're pissed off.
Are we talking about Chili?
Yes.
Yes, we are. Yeah, that's why I said, yeah. That man
Didn't
right
his
there
mom
defends
send him
everybody
to his
else.
room with a smack last week?
Yeah, but he needs bent over a knee and humiliated like a child because he acts like one.
And I'm guessing the apology is what he was saying about Team Skeptic. Am I catching up on what's going on?
No, he had given an apology about. I don't have the link, but his basically I seen clips of it. His apology, he was apologizing for saying that stuff, but then he went on to explain that he was apologizing because people had made him so mad as to make him say that.
I missed that.
So his whole
I got the
apology
link on
is
my
just
Discord.
him. Yeah, his whole apology
I'll
is
find
just
it
him
later.
apologizing for everyone pissing him off and forcing him into down to their level, forcing him, dragging him down to their level to force him to say some shit like that. And so, personally, I think that's just some shit that has to be addressed. There is no way that you just can't address that,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's blaming everybody else for the way he behaved, and it's somebody else's fault, not his.
Right. He
always comes off that way.
He wants to blame Kate and all of her followers. He said, I can't believe any man that would say, I wish they would all die and burn in hell and their kids get bone cancer like that. Just I don't even know where a statement like that might come from in a person.
Well, it comes from the same guy who says, Kate has a tracker on my car. My van got stolen. Well, dude, if there's a tracker on it, where the fuck is your van?
That's the thing.
Guys, commentator auditor is right. Kick did cover it. That's where I seen what I seen of it was on Kick's channel. And if you guys haven't watched that video, when you're done here, go watch Kick's new video. There's a song at the end that I think you'll find absolutely hilarious. I did Kick Rocks. That was a great song. You guys need to check it out.
Right. Yeah, I have that one on my back burner to go watch after this. That's where I was going till I remember that Tony had a show. I'm like, oh, that's right. I need to check this one out, and that I went here instead. But
I've bounced back and forth tonight.
This is my personal observation about him. He grew up yelling at his mama. You know what I mean?
He needs a man to bend him over his knee and bust his little bare ass with a belt. He needs, he needs to be treated like a 9-year-old and run back in so that you can train him how to be a man, because he obviously doesn't understand how that works.
It's embarrassing, he's my age. It's God.
Right?
Terry, I don't know if
I don't know the same age. We're 48 years old, and I don't have any children like Chili, but man, I love kids. All the kids around here love me. You know, I do magic for them. I'm a magician too, so you know I do magic tricks, and they think I'm awesome. I could not imagine
Oh, yeah.
wishing anything bad on you know, that makes no sense to me. I can't understand where that, you know, even in anger, I don't understand where that came from. You know, I mean, if you hate somebody for saying something about you, fine, hate that person. If you got something against Kate, fine, I ain't got no dog in that fight, I never did. But to wish every single subscriber and supporter of hers and their children, I mean, you know, what is that? Where does that come? What kind of hatred, what kind of soulless hatred is in a person? You know, the Bible says from the overabundance of the heart the mouth speaks. Now think about where that kind of a statement must come from in a person like that.
Terry, I got introduced to you and through somebody you actually know. Tina's sister had a friend. Her name is Sarah. Sarah is not on YouTube. When you were letting everybody know about Mr. DeCastro, I was talking to her and I said, hey, you need to look at this. And she goes, oh my God, I know that asshole.
Of course.
Yeah. I've seen that. That's how I met Ironton Otter too, through the chat with when that stuff started happening right there before the reveal, before the phone call in Tina's house, and before Tina even told her story. You know, that's right about where I picked up on Chili.
I can't get over how many times Chili's done videos calling Tina out, going, she's a liar, she did this. It's like, dude.
Not only the videos, man, he enters on there for the longest time. Him and his puppets would enter the chat almost every show, every chat she was in, they were there. You know, it was like they followed her everywhere just to keep hounding her with the same stuff. You guys obviously know how I feel about Tina. I've been pretty open about that. I'm pretty protective of Tina. I like Tina. You know, I admire Tina for her courage. You know, and I hate that they get on here and say things that. You know,
hey, guess what? A friend of hers is a friend of mine. So.
I think she's a pretty awesome lady. I met her in person. I got to spend a couple of days with her and Larry Flanoid, and I had the time of my life with those two. Larry is an absolute crack up, man. If you know, if you get to spend a little time with him, he is exactly what I am. He's like a hillbilly, but he's like inner city. You know what I mean? And it's just,
I gotta tell you, Tina's been taking a lot of fucking hits and heat, and you know what? She still stands up.
Yep.
And says, no, this is the real story.
That's called courage.
Rock
an admirable quality, and in her, I admire that. That's what I always say. She's a source of encouragement, and I admire her for that.
Well, and yes. No.
And then when I grow up, I hope I can fill out her panties.
Right? Yeah, I hope I can fit in those shoes.
That when it comes to Chili's followers or subscribers, man, I would not want to be the leader of that group.
I don't understand how anybody could hear him say that and be around long enough to hear his apology.
Right. You know, they just hang on to his every word. I mean, he's just gotten from being a dumbass to completely worse. You know, he's what's they call it? He's fucking up fast and picking up speed.
Right.
Dumber and dumber.
like a turd rolling down a hill.
I fucking understood that. God damn it.
It's amazing how they don't see that he's actually bullshitting them.
Oh, he's like a Christmas turkey, son. He's literally as full of shit as a Christmas turkey. That is a fact.
Your mama's supposed to teach you to look both ways before you cross the street and don't mix bleach and ammonia. All right, that's called common sense.
Well, I tell you what, I've took to calling it uncommon sense because I have deciphered that common people don't have any. You can't call it common sense anymore. They don't know what the hell you're talking about. Everybody thinks they have it. That's the problem. Everybody thinks they have it, and most of them don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I have another saying that goes along with that. You know, a person can be educated and be completely dumb as shit. You know, we have this thing called the No Child Left Behind thing. So, yeah, you can be dumb as a brick with a high school diploma. Don't ever dare confuse an education with intelligence. There are people that don't know how to read and write, and they are super fucking smart.
Right.
Never
Well,
ever
the
forget that an
test scores
F4
don't
proves
measure.
that if you give a brick a big enough engine, it'll still fucking fly.
Right. You know, the funny thing is that school doesn't get to measure your intelligence. And I know because I was a bookworm. I was one of those, students. If a perfect grade point average is what I wanted, it was within my reach. It was easy for me. It wasn't difficult. It was just something I could do. But,
Same here.
that's not at the time when I was a young man, I was like everybody else, but now that I'm an old man, I look back and I realize that that's not a measure of intelligence. That's a measure of memory. And I
Yeah.
was thinking that I was better than other people at times because I was able to regurgitate the crap they had downloaded in my brain that week,
Mhm.
And now that
Well,
I'm
I
an old
can
man,
one
I
up
look
you on
back and I
that.
realize the error in how thinking like that turns us into arrogant pieces
Pricks
of crap.
is the
You know
word
what I
I'm
mean?
looking for.
It turns
Yeah,
us into chilies. It turns us into chilies. Don't be a chili.
right. That's what I was gonna say. To elaborate on that, I can do that. Is just because you know the answer doesn't make you smart. You got to know why you know the answer. If you can't explain that why, then you ain't got shit. I used to
It's
be able
not.
to sleep in class, not pay attention, not turn in work, and ace the test every fucking time. My teachers hated me.
I had that problem as well.
Yeah, I would never do the damn work, and they're like, "How the fuck are you so smart?" I'm like, "Oh,
Hey guys, I got the Mensa card I can pull out of my wallet right now. Okay, that does not make you wise.
No,
You know what makes you wise?
wisdom comes through beating your thumb with that hammer before you realize how not to do it. Reading how not to do it
well,
in a book will not make you keep from doing it, I promise.
I said this as a sergeant in the military. Experience is what you get right after you fucking needed it.
yeah."
Right. You are
And I was
correct.
about to say, I don't know about Mensa, because if you look up what that word is in Spanish, it means dumb female.
In Latin, it means table, and I have no idea why they fucking chose that word.
Yeah.
I know what menudo means.
If somebody's a Mensa, that means she don't know nothing. She's dumber than dirt.
Well, here's the
Mensa is
thing.
the male version.
No, here's the thing about intelligence. Okay, and your common intelligence quotient tests do not measure how smart you are. They measure what is your ability to recognize concepts.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if you can't recognize the concept of looking both ways before you cross the street, you're going to get hit by a car. But can you rebuild that carburetor? Yeah, probably if you got that kind of memory. In IQ does not mean you're smart.
Right. Because a lot of times I've said it a lot in my life, I'll tell people, because I fix broken stuff. It's what I do. I don't know how it's just something that I'm able to do. So I tell people all the time, sorry about that. Hold on just a second. Be right back with you.
Hang on. Here, I'll get the other one.
I tell people all the time that it sounds good in my head, but we'll see how it works in practical application. Because sometimes an idea, you try to do something, it doesn't work anything at all like it seemed to in your mind before you tried, So as Logan says, that the wisdom is the thing you get right after you needed it.
Hey, I had a great idea for building a rocket sled, and that did not freaking work.
My mother actually dated from a famous family, a rocket scientist. And he came over one time for around Christmas time. And he was kind of a goofy guy. And me and my older brother, and we're definitely not rocket scientists, we were making fun of him, and he never caught on to any of it. I mean, he was book smart as could be, but he didn't have any common sense at all.
Well, like I say, until you're able to do a memory recall and you're able to observe things and remember what you've seen, it seems to me that people have really short memories. Like they don't remember smacking their thumb with the hammer yesterday, so tomorrow they do it again. If that makes sense, they do it again. To give you an analogy, it's like they keep saying and thinking the same thing, and life has taught them nothing. They've not observed anything along the way. They don't remember what happened the last time they saw somebody else do that, so they try it anyway.
Albert Einstein defined that. He
I
said
think it's called insanity.
insanity
Doing
is
the same thing
defined as
over and over again
doing the
and
same thing
expecting a
over and
different
over,
result.
expecting a different result.
Right. Well, I always tell people that my family doesn't suffer with insanity. We get along with it quite well. We're enjoying it.
Didn't Waylon
Yep.
Jennings have a song about that said, "I've always been crazy and it's kept me from going insane"?
Right.
Yep. And I tell people, I don't ride the crazy train. I drive that motherfucker. Take your crazy
Well,
somewhere else. I'll build up here.
Just because you're crazy don't mean you can't be right.
Did we not just have a conversation about where you need to hide in a tunnel when the crazy train is coming at you?
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of that, I just remember a little tidbit about trains. You know, you need 3 feet on either side of that edge of that rail so you don't get hit by the train.
Are we going to the perfect country song? Jesus Christ. Now we need to hear about a dog and mama and rain.
Well, how are you tonight, Tawny? I've been on here for a while. I haven't heard your voice. You doing okay tonight?
Oh, I'm doing all right, Mama.
I apologize. I didn't mean to come in and take over the show or anything. I just popped on to say hi and
doing
bullshit about some auditors.
I'm kind of quiet right now. Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Has anybody checked on that young lady that was up here earlier, Amanda J?
I was told that there by those in the community that there is a problem that exists. People are aware of it, and that she'll be okay. You know what I witnessed, scared me a little bit. It looked like a seizure to me, in my opinion. I've seen it before, and so it made me a little bit worried. But apparently, there are those that know. So I assume that there were precautions taken.
Yeah, my friend is like that. You gotta watch out for him. Because his are like hers, just unexpected. I remember one time I was helping him work on a vehicle, and he accidentally touched the battery. The positive post, shocked him a little bit. He took he turned, he stopped what he was doing, turned around, took 2 steps, and dropped. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Wow.
Wow.
And this girl I used to date, she used to have seizures all the time. Now hers were brought on by stress.
That's what mine are brought on by. And passing lights.
Well, anyway, I know there's nothing I can do for her from here for sure, and there would really be very little I could do there except for be there. But that doesn't mean my heart doesn't go out for sure. It definitely jerks on my heart.
Curious, somebody actually knew her, made sure she was okay, because she was not looking good when
I did the best thing I could with just take her off the screen.
Yeah, that was
right.
Absolutely.
I sent her a message with the only contact that I was able to send, but I would say that whether anyone's there or not, the excitement level and what happened, nobody's going to be checking messages for a while, I would say.
No.
Kind of not a priority.
All right, though. She'll be all right.
Yeah, it usually takes her a little bit to come around, and then she'll just start messaging back.
Yeah.
Mark, the sarcastic law student, assured me that she'd be okay and that it was a known thing.
Yeah.
And I just want
to got close on a couple of my streams, but
I'm a watcher here, and I know that helpless feeling of, oh my God, I know she needs help, and there's not a goddamn thing I can do.
Right. There's not much to make you feel more helpless in life, is there, than knowing someone needs help and there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you're wired,
kind of like watching your kids get sick. It's like watching your kids get sick or hurt. You'd take it for them, but you can't. So all you can do is sit and cry with them. There's nothing else you can do.
Right. I don't have kids, but I got some dogs.
I don't either, but there were times when I had some problems when I was a kid. There were times when my mother sat down and cried with me.
Yeah.
There was nothing else she could do. So she'd just sit down and cry with me because she didn't know what else to do. So, based on that, I know how parents must feel, you know. Believe it or not, I actually had my dad when I was like, I don't know, I was like 14, 15. So I was about the size that I am now because I like never got any bigger. So, but he actually picked me up once. So I had a bad
wait, Terry, you're not 5'8".
No,
You're
I'm only
usually
5'4",
like me.
actually. Right. Well, I don't weigh quite as much as him either. But my father picked me up.
Neither do I.
Up and down the hallway because I had an abscessed tooth that wouldn't quit hurting, and I couldn't get into the dentist till morning, and it was really, really painful. And I didn't really want to be picked up and carried at a teenage age, but it seemed to make him feel better to do it, so I let him, and he carried me up and down the hallway just because there's nothing else he could do.
Wow.
5'4".
No, I don't have kids either, but I do understand the relationship between parent and child. So for those out there who would like to tell me sometimes you have no idea what it's like to have kids, not true. I was one.
Oh yeah, don't forget about that.
And
You've
me, I
done
don't
that.
have children either. I like the acronym PUNK, professional uncle, no kids. But being Hispanic, Mexican, we raise all the kids. The older children have to, raise the younger kids. I raised about 35 kids. They ain't mine, none of them. But, all my younger, cousins and whatnot, they all respect me. They're like, bro, you the one that raised them. You.
Right. Y'all want to hear something funny?
Yes, please.
Do y'all know the Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind channel?
Yeah.
I subscribe, but yes.
Well, you don't have to. I'm not telling you whether or not you should subscribe, but I'm usually like a co-host on there for, I do the same thing for Captain Chad, the Legicator. But
Okay.
we were in conversation one day and he said, you know what would really suck if you found out the light at the end of the tunnel when you died was the birth canal, and that's why you were so pissed off, is because you realize you have to start this all over again.
Yeah.
I thought that was a funny concept. I'd never.
Well said. Please pass that back to him. Well fucking said. It's like, no, not again.
Right?
Not Bill Murray. It's not Groundhog Day. No. Get that. Well said. Maybe I need to subscribe to his channel.
He's definitely an interesting fellow. We have every Tuesday. I'm sorry, Tony. I keep advertising other channels on yours. I apologize.
That's fine. Go ahead. Advertise them.
Tony's taking notes.
every Tuesday, we have Tinfoil Hat Tuesday. So usually we'll just allow you up on panel. We'll talk about, sometimes we'll have a particular one to talk about, or you bring your own, and we'll discuss it. We'll talk about it, and we have a lot of fun doing that. And really, there's no subject that hasn't been covered. Everything from government to flat Earth, you name it, it's come up on that channel. So we'll talk about anything. We don't care. We have a great time doing it. And Sovereign, he's got his own ideas, and there you go. If you check out some of his recorded videos, the first one you'll see my tinfoil hat and his. I appeared in mine, so you'll get to see the one that I designed. If you like on Tinfoil Hat Tuesday, what we really prefer is you make your own hat. That way we can bring you up on panel and show everybody your tinfoil hat. We have a lot of fun with it.
I'm gonna
Terry, I literally just got up and look off a bookshelf. Please let me.
I can have so much fun making a tinfoil.
I've got research.
He actually came here to Ironton, and brought the chili doll. I don't know if y'all have seen the chili doll Castro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We spent a couple of days together, like I did with Tina and Larry, and you talk about a unique experience. He is definitely he and I are very like-minded in a lot of things. I pretty much know where his mind's going because I already know what he's thinking, and it was an interesting experience. He has a lot of information, so if you're able to download and remember information quickly, he's your guy. He can throw it out there. But just know that
Now,
it's kind of like an acquired taste. So some things seem to elicit a genuine emotional response. There are some people, if they think you're what they might consider a cit or a sovereign citizen, they're immediately invoked to anger. They'll start screaming at you, "You friggin' idiot!" If they consider you a flat earther. I don't know why the emotion comes in. So every once in a while, we'll have a big emotional outburst on there, but usually it's just us discussing things, talking about it.
now, that Sovereign Unchained guy, was he the one that broke the story about the handgun that was given to Chili or Chili stole, or was he the one
Yes.
that gave the gun to Chili?
No, he did not. He had contacted the guy that lived here.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember. I knew I remember the name from that gun.
And
Yeah,
Chili sent him a
yes,
bunch.
he was the one that covered everything about Derek Medley.
Yeah, okay. Make sure I remember right. I have dyslexia.
And
Sometimes
just to
I
make sure
remember
people
things wrong.
understand, they like to label him as a sovereign citizen, I guess, because of his channel title. But read it. It's Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind, meaning
Right.
that the soul and the mind are sovereign, not necessarily the body, according to the law. So a lot of people mistake that idea and think that he's the sovereign Sid or whatever they call him, and they label him pretty quick. So don't be so quick to judge. Yeah, some of the stuff he says can sound absolutely off the wall and crazy, but hey, that's what conspiracy theories are about, ain't it?
Right. Yeah. No, I do watch his shows. That's what I'm saying. I just don't watch them as regular, as other people. I do watch some of them every now and then. He does have some interesting topics, and if I want to hear it, I'll listen.
Right. Well, like I
But
said,
I
it's
miss the
acquired
live
taste.
all the time.
Right. It's an acquired taste, and sometimes you might find one thing interesting, and maybe nothing else is. I know
Hey,
my live the other night went for 7 hours, and I had a comment, saying that was too long, and they're probably right. But what they don't understand is a lot of people were in and out. So if you can't sit and watch a whole 7-hour video, geez, don't. You know what I mean? That I don't know if anyone expects that. I didn't expect to be on there that long, but we literally went for 7 hours before I knew it. So these can get carried away sometimes.
Yeah, it's like this stream right now. How long has it been going on?
3
3
hours,
hours,
33
33
minutes.
minutes.
3.5 hours.
We're
There you
watching
go.
now, started streaming, and I was like number 11.
Not bad for Tawny's first stream. Everybody give her a hand.
I've
Round
been
of
in and out of
applause.
here 3 times tonight. You guys have been on so long, I've been in and out of here 3 times tonight. So I appreciate y'all letting me hang for a while.
Sure.
Hey, it's fun.
I always have a good time communicating with others. It's fun to do. If Chili would use his platform and do it right, look how many people were watching him. Look at the people he could really reach if he actually cared about reaching someone and not just about damaging others because he feels damaged like a child. Imagine the people he could reach. Imagine the good he could do. He's very charismatic.
I've always said it, man. I've always
He's
said
an
it. If he
orator.
was
He knows how to
a
speak.
car salesman, man, he'd be like the employee of the year for a decade straight.
Well, see, I wasn't watching his stuff until he got here, and then I wasn't actually sitting at home watching his stuff. I was following him around. You know what I mean? He had me by what we had talked about. When he was on camera, he was always too far ahead of me, 20 or 30 yards. I stayed back out of the group, because I'm armed and I don't like being up in a group. And secondly, it allows me to keep an eye on everybody, make sure everything's copacetic, which is what I told him I'd do. And, so, I mean, he had me, and a lot of people might think I'm a fool for that, but I'm not a fool. You see, it didn't take me long to figure it out. It's just I was misled. I didn't watch his videos and I didn't really hear everything he was saying. Just the private conversations we had. And for a minute, he had me hook, line, and sinker. Sure did. For certain things. I mean, his idea of transparency and some of that stuff was a little far, but I figured there'd be plenty of time to talk that kind of stuff out. You know what I mean? Plenty of time to debate that kind of thing and how it should be and what you should do. But definitely, I'm ready for change. I think most people are. I agree with them. There's a lot of change that needs to happen. However, Terry v. Ohio is not going to change anything. It's not like that. You know what I mean? Trying to strike down Supreme Court cases, like what, I don't even know why he goes there. It makes no sense to me. The change has to come from each individual desiring to change. Be the change.
I have a theory about Chili.
And lead by example.
Right.
I have just a theory about Chili. I believe His dad was a cop or military and was a very strict man. And I wouldn't doubt it on occasion that he got the living shit beat out of him by his dad. Possibly used handcuffs to lock him in his bedroom or something. And Chili has grown to, that's why he hates cops. That's why he hates being in a dungeon, as he calls it. And that's why he hates handcuffs.
Well,
That's
I have no
my
idea
view.
about that, but I do know that he said that the reason he feels the way he does about cops and torture cuffs and rape cages and all those words that he uses is because of his no-knock raids. He supposedly had 2 of them, I think he said.
Oh,
You
is,
know, and
is
again,
this,
I'm
this
not,
the no
I
knock
never like
code
watch all of his
he
videos, so I don't
completely
have all the
forgot about for
details.
9
He just have
years?
I mean,
Yeah, but I look at it from coming from them areas where, you know, I hear gunshots at night, helicopters flying over on a daily basis. All right. I've been in that kind of area, but I'll tell you right now, you have to be a dealer to get no knock rated. You have to be been doing something for a while for the cops to watch you for a while to warrant
right,
a no knock raid.
right,
They just don't do that to the average schmuck,
right. You
you
know,
know, because a lot of
I
kids,
actually
though,
have
they're,
personal experience. I lived next door to some things that were going on, and like it literally went on for a long time. There were 2 or 3 very close to where I lived that went on for years. And you know, one actually got taken down and the others just finally either quit themselves or just quit dealing, and but it went on for a long time and the cops never, you know, like you
yeah,
said, you have to catch their attention. You have to raise an eyebrow. You got to do something. It's not something typically for something like this. I'm not talking about like a
It's
stupid
not a
traffic stop.
traffic
I'm
stop.
talking about like criminal activity, man, where you're like into something. You got to do something to raise an eyebrow before you even get an investigation started.
Well,
exactly. Because I've
I
been, you know, I've been ordered out of my car, you know, at gunpoint plenty of times, told to walk back, lay down in 120-degree asphalt, you know, while the cops check what's going on. And 9 times out of 10, I know what it was. It was mistaken identity. I just happened to fit the description. I know what's happening. But one thing I'm not going to do is lose my shit and lose my cool and start hating the cops. They're doing their job.
Hey, don't be a guy by the name of John Smith in America, because you are going to pop as a felon every time they run your plate.
Oh,
Yep.
But
yeah.
are you that John Smith? Probably not. And yeah, okay, let's go through the process. But it says right here you're wanted on multiple felonies. And no, you're the nice guy who has a wife and 3 kids, and you know, you go to work every day.
Yeah.
You know,
got
I've
to
I have
actually
to
witness.
been,
admit, I've never had an experience like that. I've never been ordered out at gunpoint. There was one time when they had pulled them, but it was mistaken identity. The car is what they saw, and it almost looked like the other one that was involved in a burglary. I was just driving through the area and was close to as it happened. But I
that happened
wasn't,
to
you
me
know,
too.
I've never had that kind of an experience, but that doesn't mean that I don't understand that they happen. You
Oh,
know, that
I've actually
I've
been
never had
handcuffed so hard that my wrists were white where the cuffs were and my hands were purple. Once the
wow.
supervising officer saw that, they just dropped everything they were going to lock me up. I had a bag of weed, and I shouldn't have been driving, but
Okay.
they let me go that night because of how bad that officer treated me.
Yeah. Oops, we fucked up. Here. How
Well,
about
I
this?
mean, look at it this way. I never blamed that officer at all because I saw how shiny his name tag was. So he was just brand fucking new.
He was a rookie.
Like gung ho with his first, you know, stop because out there in Fort Worth they have that gang unit, and that's what he had started in, but started as patrol. He wasn't gang unit just yet. And
Well, I
yeah,
Yeah.
got
he
to
handcuffed me, and yeah,
There
I got
aren't too
treated
many.
very bad. But then that's what I get for smarting off to him.
Yeah,
I
there
got to
aren't too many times in
experience
this tiny town. I'm
I got
sorry.
to
Go ahead.
experience a no knock raid firsthand when I was like 20 years old. Nobody in my house had done anything. This kid that hung out next door, 17-year-old, was burglarizing somebody's house in Simi Valley. And the people came home, and he didn't try to sneak out. He just runs right down the stairs, gets in his car, his truck, and takes off. Well, the dude, the man of the house, he gets in his truck, chases him down, gets a good look at him, gets his license number, goes back to his house, calls the cops. Now, by the time this guy can get from where he was doing this burglary and to where he lived down the street from me, cops were waiting for him at his home. Well, they were about to give up and leave, and they see him pulling down the street 1 block over from my street. And they pull him over and they ask him about it. I said, no, man, I wasn't over there. I said, well, that guy's got your license number. He's got your description. You got a scar there on the left side of your face. He marked it and stuff. And while he's sitting there explaining, he just backhands this fucking cop and fucking makes a run for it. Little did I know he was hiding in my doghouse all day long. And when I come home from work, my roommate's wife goes, hey, man, we need to get rid of those pot plants in the backyard. I said, why? He says, well, helicopter's been flying over the house all day long and shit. It's like, oh, really? Yeah. She goes, there's cops everywhere. A couple minutes later, somebody's knocking on our back door. It's like, what the hell, man? And this kid comes in, and my roommate goes, what the hell are you doing in my backyard? And he says, well, I was over playing pool and here hanging out. And the story, it fit. It's like, okay. He just starts telling me the story about how he was handcuffed and ran from the cops whenever somebody knocks on the front door. He goes running out the back door. And next thing I know, my house is full of cops. And the reason it went down like it did was when he was chasing the guy through the house across from mine, the cop tripped and his gun went off. He didn't shoot nobody, but that pissed him off to the point to where he was out to get this guy. And he took a dislike to me for some reason. And he kept fucking with me and fucking with me and fucking with me. And he had me handcuffed and he tried to kick my legs out from underneath me. And I saw him try it and I moved out of the way. And he fell down. And next thing I know, I got like 6 cops kicking the living shit out of me. But believe it or not, I don't hold it against the cops. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Right. Yeah, that's what happened to me. Something smart and I paid for it. But I got all them charges dropped that night, so I guess it worked out for me. But damn, man, for you, wow.
Well, they didn't charge me. They didn't charge me with nothing. But when they took me down to the jail, they threw me in a cell with a fucking one dude that had killed a cop, and another guy that was all chewed up from a dog. And I don't know what he did, but I think they were expecting that these guys were going to fuck me up or something. I don't know. But
you realize you got at least 3 grown men right here going, yeah, I should have kept my mouth shut.
Well, the dude that was all chewed up by the dog goes, what did you do? And I said, I killed my parents and put them down the garbage disposal. They kind of went in their corners and just stared at me. And then when the cop comes later and goes, they've dropped all the charges against you. He said, you did have a warrant for a traffic ticket, a failure to appear. But he goes, but your dad paid your bail. You're free to go. And these dudes are looking at me like, I thought you killed your parents and put them down the garbage disposal. Like, oh, what did you want me to tell you? I'm in here for a traffic warrant with a couple of murderers.
I look at it this way. One thing I've learned about them jails, man, they do not put the murderers in Gen Pop. I'm sorry, they don't. So if you're locked up with somebody, y'all are in there for the same reason, traffic violation.
Hey guys,
no, I was originally charged with assaulting a police officer. That's why I was in there with those assholes. And the reason I was put in there was because I accused the cop that arrested me of stealing $100 from me. which I actually thought he did, and it wasn't until I got home when I found the $100. So,
Hey guys,
Oops.
I unfortunately have to go, but I appreciate
Yeah,
y'all. Thanks
I gotta
for
wrap
letting me
this
on.
up.
Thanks for letting me up. I appreciate talking to all of you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all know who I am. You know where to find me. And
Hey.
everybody in the chat, hello, goodbye. Y'all have yourselves a great night.
Have a
Thanks,
good one.
Terry.
alrighty.
Before you go, seriously, dude, you've got to get on a radio show. You've got a voice. You're intelligent. You're articulate, and
Mhm.
man, you need to do that.
Well, no one's ever offered me a DJ job before. I never went looking for one either, I guess. I used to always say that I thought I had one of those voices that could do OxyClean. As long as they don't show my face, I'd be great. Radio might be it.
You got to
Well,
face
I mean,
radio.
if
Dude,
you
you
get
have
you
to have
a
a
camera
voice
who's
for
following
radio.
you around, you could definitely pull it off, man. Make your own, mini series on YouTube.
Thank you for showing up, man.
Oh, I realized when she had her first live coming, I wanted to come check it out. So here I am.
Thanks a lot.
I bounce around a good bit.
Yeah.
I bounce around a good bit. I try to get in and out. Sometimes I can't always stay for the whole thing because I visit a lot of chats just to show my support, like the video, say hi to everybody in the chat, that kind of thing. Just to let everybody know that although I can't sit and watch it all right now, a lot of times I'll come back and catch it on the replay or. So anyway, I just want to say thanks. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have yourselves a great night.
My plane is
Thanks,
coming.
Terry.
Have a good one.
Yeah, I gotta wrap this up. It's time to take the dog for a walk.
Yeah, I gotta get dinner going too. I don't know what I'm gonna cook yet. I know for a fact I have no protein thought out though.
Did you and I not have a conversation about frozen burritos about 2 weeks ago?
I don't think so. I don't eat frozen burritos.
And that's what the juxta the conversation was about. It's I love my frozen burritos. And you're like,
Either I
make
heat
my
them up
own.
first.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think you're right. Yeah. So I'm like, ugh, no, I don't even use a microwave. I dust my microwave, y'all. It still looks brand.
A microwave is a great tool. It's really
Yes.
good at making water molecules dance. It's going to create boiling water and steam. You use it for anything else, you're using it wrong.
Don't try to dry out your weed on a paper plate in a microwave.
You have to do it 10 seconds at a time.
Unless you want to start your house on fire.
You got to leave it in for 10 seconds. We used to get the compressed brick from Mexico, and you'd have to cut it out of the package, stick it in the microwave for it to puff up.
Make sure you get all the aluminum foil off.
Yeah.
Unless you like Mr. Sparky, yeah, get all the aluminum foil off your burrito.
It was really great having you all. I'll be bringing this up again next week.
Sonny, you are a rock star. Thank you so much for having me.
Sure. I'm glad y'all were here. And I'll work on my share screen a little bit more.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, if you want to throw up practice streams, I'll show up. We'll help you work through the stuff. I am a noob. I don't know how to share nothing. I don't know how to do none of that stuff. But I can sit in the chat and let you know, yeah, it's coming. Nope, we don't hear nothing. Try again.
And Aniceto knows how to cook. Fucking A, we'll figure it out.
Right.
Yep.
I guess I'm going to start cooking and go listen to the dumpster fire over there on Kate's channel.
Oh,
That's
God.
all
Is that happening right now?
All right. I'll see you guys around.
Love you, Tony.
Love you all. Thanks for coming again.
Catch you guys later.
Good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. How are we going to do this? I got to hit leave.